2:13 on the play clock.
Well,
Hill.
watch the pass here, Aaron. There might be a time to just try to catch him off guard.
Going to look to throw as he sets. The lefty's going to be flushed out of the pocket, still trying to turn the corner. Going to be chased down by a couple Tigers, still on his feet, and finally dropped at the 20-yard line. A big sack by the Tigers. Cleaning it up was Swisher. It was Whittakin who originally got there, slowed him down, made him reverse course, and Swisher, for a Swisher sack, throws him down.
Yeah, great job there, not giving up on that play by the Tigers. 4 guys chasing them down in the backfield. It's going to bring up second down in about 14 here for Point Pleasant. So this is their first chance of playing behind the sticks. So good job there by the Tiger defense and making this a little longer field.
Tiger show blitz, bring blitz, give left side. That's Bowen. He is hit and he is brought backwards after maybe a gain of 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. He gets down to the 19, so they give him the forward progress for a gain of 1. Third down and long, make it 3rd and 13. They have to get all the way down to the 6-yard line. And so third down yardage, 3rd and long. We've seen them in 3rd down, though, so far. And again, this is a team that can easily go here. We saw at Point Pleasant, you mentioned earlier, Bill, I think it was a 47-yarder, maybe a little longer that they tried at Point Pleasant. It was at Fort Fry, it was no good, but it had plenty of distance. They're going to go 2 wide receivers and a wing back to the right side. 3rd and long, 6:18 to go, and a penalty flag, timeout, Point Pleasant. Wow. 6:16 to go here in the first quarter. Point Pleasant wants a timeout on 3rd and long. We'll take one with them. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown is your #1 choice for pre-owned vehicles in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Choose from a huge selection of used cars, trucks, or SUVs to fit your payment and budget needs. Here can help you get the car you deserve. Just bring your current credit information for guaranteed finance options and your best deal. Plus, we desperately need pre-owned vehicles, so we're paying over book value for every trade, just like yours. Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown, West Virginia, or pioneerfamilyauto.com. Let's qualify CD for details.
Working together. That's the key to better health care for you and your family. And now the doctors and specialists at Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic are joining forces. They'll use Mayo Clinic's expertise to resolve the hard-to-solve medical problems. For you, that means peace of mind and access to the finest medical knowledge anywhere, right here at home. Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic. Working together. That's expecting more. Memorial Health System. Proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Visit mhsystem.org/Mayo.
6:16 to go, first quarter. Cat formation. They give. Bowen's going to pound his way down near the end zone. Going to be stopped shy at the goal line. Tigers almost strip it out at the last minute. Picking up a first down and plenty more. Here was Point Pleasant. 1st and goal from the 1 will go Point Pleasant with 5:41 to go. They have chewed this clock here in the first quarter after the Tiger fumble on the opening kickoff at the 40.
Boy, I tell you what, they sure have a great job just keeping momentum going, keeping their
2 4th down conversions.
Yeah, keeping the sticks moving. That's huge. The 2 4th down conversions. I mean, you hope that you can convert 2 4th downs in a game, let alone on your first drive.
One of those was on a 3rd down and long that set them up in 4th and short. So here they go, 1st and goal from the 1. And again, it's going to be a wildcat formation, punching it down near the end zone and in. That's going to be Bentz. Touchdown, Point Pleasant. 5:07 to go here in the first quarter. So they literally run nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Over 6 minutes, in fact, here in this first quarter. And they just had to go 40 yards to do it. And they took that much time off.
Well, I'll tell you what, a huge touchdown. They had to capitalize off of that fumble, did Point Pleasant, and boy, they did a great job. Good play calling, just moving the football down the field.
Point after attempt, snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. So 5:07 to go, new score, Point 7. Marietta nothing. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
At Honest Fred's Flooring, we believe in the old adage that says, it will never happen unless you schedule it. This is Mike Miller, and the old adage makes sense. We tend to talk about more things than doing them. That dream vacation, reading a good book, going to the gym. It's not real until you schedule it. Honest Fred's Flooring thanks all the good folks that make up our daily, and we'd love to add you to it.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFred.com.
What do folks look for in a home? Your guess is as good as mine, but I must say, if you work with McCarthy Real Estate, we've seen it, we know it, and how to get to it. You can't beat experienced local service. It's a great time to list as demand is at an all-time high. With global access to potential buyers moving into our area, we are out in front on turnkey deals. Plus, we're there for you to navigate the appraisal, inspection, and banking process. McCarthy Real Estate, 2nd Street, Marietta, and at mariettarealestate.com.
5:07 to go first quarter. 7-0 Point Pleasant after a Tiger turnover. They go 40 yards on what seemed like 12 plays, and they took almost 6 minutes, over 6 minutes off the clock. Did Point Pleasant. And scoring, they converted 2 4th downs, a 3rd and long. And let's see what the Tigers can do here. They had a big kick return on the last time. And it's a ball that's going to be drive Durham back into the end zone. And not going to allow him to return it this time. They left it short on the last one. And this time they said, no, we're not going to do that again. It's Grant Schrader is their kicker, and he is a good one. Puts it back in the end zone. So Tigers will have 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. For those who are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, there is an internet connectivity issue, so they're working through that, I know. You can always jump over on AM 1490, FM 101.3, or download the WMOA app and listen. So the Tigers 1st down and 10. They go hard count. They take a look over at the sidelines and get a play in. Point Pleasant, so aggressive. Coach Shove goes first play, hard count. They now are going to look to throw, broken play. Warden's going to have to keep it on the right side. Warden's going to be driven out of bounds, and he's going to pick up maybe 1 on the play. And I don't know if it looked like an intentional quarterback keeper. I know it was not, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds with 5 minutes to go at the 21-yard line.
But I tell you got to give it to Drew, getting something out of that, positive yards. He does pick up 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 here for the Tigers. So on a delayed first possession, they thought they were going to be out there a little bit sooner, maybe kind of throw the offense off a little bit, see if they can't get back on track here.
Offset back to the left side, wing back set, and Warden goes under center. He sends a man in motion. Britton's going to run the sweep play left side. Britton trying to work it outside. Britton is going to fall forward, pick up 1 on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and 7 now as the play just didn't quite develop. It was east and west instead of north and west. Britton, happy birthday to him. Birthday boy tonight. Gets his first carry of the game.
I tell you, he was wanting to find a crease right there, but credit to Point Pleasant just stringing that one out all the way to the sidelines, not giving very many opportunities for that cutback lane. But it's going to be 3rd down and 6 here. Maybe 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. So see if they come out and stick it to the ground or if they try to go in the air.
They're going to go out of the shotgun with Warden and 2 wide receivers to either side. They're going to look to throw. Warden with the blitz in his face. Going to heave it across the middle. Ball is going to be caught somehow by Junior Smith at the 45, and he was pass interfered.
And how did they not even call a flag at all?
They did not call the flag. He was hammered by the safety coming over top, and Junior Smith comes up with a big Tiger 1st down. Boy. Out to the 46-yard line.
How about that? Great job. Great hands going up, getting the football. But I tell you, just nerves of steel knowing he was going up in between 2 guys right there. That is not an easy catch to make going across the middle, but good job there. Tigers to the line quick. Looks like maybe going to get a little tempo against this defense.
Let's see what the Tigers do here as they send a man in motion. That's Smith. He gets the carry. Left side. A little trouble on that left side as coming up, and he didn't make the tackle, but turning things in was Jackson, number 44. Jordan, number 44. Tigers get 1 on the play, and he allowed number 43, actually, who we had a roster change, I think, right, Bill?
Yes, I do believe so.
And that is Higginbotham came in and made the tackle. They play on that same side. Big number 74 on this left side. 2nd down and 9 out near midfield for the Tigers. They send a man in motion. They're going to dive play left side. Whittakin dances out of a couple tackles. Whittakin in the point territory, and they're letting a scrum go tonight. I'll tell you what, as down near the 47-yard line, let's see what spot they take. One official has them at the 46, one has them at the 47. I think they take the far side official spot, which would be at the 46-yard line, which will bring 3rd down and 3 here for the Tigers as they have to get down to the 44-yard line.
Good field vision right there from Whittakin and stayed patient, waited for his blockers. A great job. He stayed low and made a couple guys miss. was able to put his offense in pretty good situation here for a 3rd and short.
They're going to be center. The nose guard looked like he was lined up off sides to give up the middle again. Whittakin going to dive forward, pick up another first down. And you got to watch that if you're the Tigers. Maybe it's the first down to the 44. You, Coach Shobe, you might whisper something into the side judge of, hey, the nose. And I'll tell you what, their nose guard comes off the ball. He's not a big guy, Bill, but he comes off the ball really hard. 2:33 and counting, first quarter. Tigers trail 7-0, but have 1st and 10 from the Point Pleasant 44.
Yeah, I tell you, look out there. You look at the nose guard, as you said, Aaron. I mean, he's as big as these guys in the secondary, honestly, but he's just so quick up that nose and past the center. So look, he's right on the line.
Give on the left side. That's going to be to Smith, and Smith is going to be dropped down on that left side. They're having trouble with that outside linebacker, Jordan, who's playing really well on that left side, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So strategically right now, the Tigers staying away from big number 74. That's Colton Weaver. He is 6'4", 295-pound lineman. And he is the state West Virginia heavyweight champion in wrestling. Minute 48 and counting.
He can move some men.
Yes, he can. And the Tigers are going to look to throw out in the flats. Ball caught. Whittakin wide open. Whittakin 35. Whittakin head down. 30. He's still on his feet. Whittakin to the 20. He's going to take it to the house. They tried to push him out of bounds, and Whittakin stays in bounds all the way down into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Boy, what a bruising run by Zane Whittakin. Just drops his shoulders, goes over 2 guys, leaves them on the turf as he makes another guy who just tries to shove him out, and there was just no stumbling at all. He was bound determined to get in the end zone.
44-yard touchdown pass, a good call, as it was wide open and Whittakin into the end zone. The point after attempt is down and up and good. 1:34 to go, first quarter. New score, Marietta 7, Point Pleasant 7. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
When it comes to flooring, do yourself an honest Fred's favor and do your homework, because the lowest price doesn't always add up to the price of satisfaction. Just like in school, when you do your homework, maybe even ask some experts for a little help, you have a better chance of that grade A result. At Honest Fred's, we wrote the book on flooring, and we take our competitors to school when it comes to quality.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFred.com.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Minute 34 to go. First quarter, score tied at 7. Braxton Lang set to kick this one off. Bill, I know you're impressed with the Whittakin run there. Right. 2 Point Pleasant guys got in front of them. They might not the rest of the game.
Yeah, I tell you what, they are going to absolutely question their judgment the next time they have to step in front of 20, because Zane Whittakin absolutely tattooed 2 of the first guys he came in contact with after that catch.
And we're running down the left sideline. It's one of them, actually. And that was Marrero is going to return it out near the 45. Marrero, he's a tough kid. You see him on film. I would question my decision of stepping in Whittakin. Marrero, though, I bet we'll probably try it again, because young man on film is pretty tough. And a big return there after, like you said, taking a big hit on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was very reminiscent of what we saw last week against Meggs from Drew Warden and number 20, Zane Whittakin, as Whittakin had 2 touchdowns in the air from Warden last week in very similar situations right there. Great job by that Tiger offense.
So the back on defense goes Marietta. Looks like they made a few adjustments here. As they send a man in motion, it's Point Pleasant. They run the pitch to the right side. Tigers have it strung out, but getting downhill and probably getting more than he thought he was originally going to get on that far side was Pence on that far side. Bentz, excuse me. Bentz on that far side picks up 6. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. We have 1:07 to go, first quarter, at the 47-yard line.
Bentz, that senior running back, 6'1", 195. He was trying to find that edge, and Zane Whittakin was running with him on that far side, Aaron, but that's what he was doing with him, was running with him. You like to see Zane actually get that outside leverage and turn that back in to one of those chasing guys in like number 15, Kobe Alexander.
Hill out of the shotgun, and it's going to be an inside give counter, and working his way across midfield in the Tiger territory and picking up a first down was Bentz again, and he was brought down by Lightfritz. So it'll be first down and 10. Point Pleasant right now winning the battle up front against this Tiger front. Now, we've seen that switch before in the middle of games where you go back to Williamstown, Tiger defense up front was getting beat, and then all of a sudden they turned the tide there.
Yeah, and that was just obviously that Williamstown game, it was a really big Marietta line against a smaller, faster, but physical line of the Jackets, and kind of similar to what we're seeing here.
Give up the middle, and here goes the back, and Bowen takes a bit hit by Junior Smith, but not before he picks up 9. It'll bring up second down and 1. I'll tell you what, this offensive line not only is big, but Bill, and it's totally legal, they will get down and cut you too. If you're a defensive lineman, you got to watch your knees. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. It's been a good one. Only 2 possessions for Point Pleasant, 1 for Marietta. Our score tied at 7. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howe, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
These days, you've been giving more. Now it's our turn. When you get your primary care from Memorial Health System, you get same or next day appointments, access to 24-hour nurse line, and now free virtual urgent care with our Memorial Care Now app. It's the great primary care you'd expect. Fast, online treatment anytime for common urgent conditions. To learn more, visit mhsprimarycare.org today. Memorial Health System's primary care. Expect more.
12 minutes put on the second quarter. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks. That's right, just the second quarter. We had a 7:30 kickoff tonight here in West Virginia. Point Pleasant's where we find ourselves tonight. Marietta 7, Point Pleasant 7 points on their second drive of the game, and they're going to scrimmage from the Tiger 39-yard line for second down and 1. They go 3 receivers to the left.
Watch the QB sneak here, Aaron.
And they're going to look to throw to that left side. Tigers with the pressure and the sack. Ooh, that should be intentional grounding, but they're going to say his knee was down first at the 49-yard line. A couple Tigers in there, and I think it was Kobe Alexander who was originally in there. That's a big sack, Bill. Makes it 3rd and long.
Yeah, great job getting that penetration right there. Also in the backfield, number 60, Blake Bills. Back there again, mixing it up. So a 2nd and inches literally turns into behind the chains. 3rd and long, make it 3rd and 11 here for Point Pleasant, and maybe what could be another obvious passing situation.
Hill did not get very deep there. I think they wanted the quick pass. Tigers threw the receivers off, and he just had to retreat. Out of the shotgun again. Tigers bring the heat, and now he's going to flip it across the middle. Big tight end catch across the middle, down to the 27-yard line. They use the big guy in Chapman and pick up a first down. Nice play on 3rd down and long. I like the play call there to the 26-yard line. Using Chapman, he is 6'6", is Chapman.
Well, they anticipated that blitz right there, Aaron, from the far side. They replaced the linebacker with the tight end. As the linebacker squeezed in and he came on the blitz, the tight end snuck off the backside, wide open in the seam, and a huge first down after getting back behind the chains, and now working on getting inside the red zone as they're at about the 25-yard line.
They've converted on 3rd and longs a few times tonight. They sent a man in motion. Looking to throw again out in the flats. Ball caught down near the 20, make it the 17, 16-yard line, and upending and flipping and still picking up a good amount of yardage. 9 on the play. Good job of keeping with that football. A 9-yard pickup on the pass. They'll bring up 2nd down and 1. So Point Pleasant's moved the ball pretty well here. Throwing actually some things out that Marietta maybe didn't see on film here in this game. 10-27 and counting, first half of play, second quarter. 7-7 our score.
Right now they're finding success throwing the football, Aaron.
Yeah, it's out of the shotgun. Remember, this is a converted wingback at their quarterback spot. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to follow his big line up the middle inside the 10 and down near the 6-yard line, and that is going to be a Point Pleasant first down. They'll go 1st and goal from the 7. Point Pleasant right now just up front, taking care of things. They're running, if you notice, to that right side. I would as well, as those big fellas on that right side.
Well, there's many disadvantages of turning a running back into a quarterback, but there's also some advantages, and that was one of them right there, is they can run the football. Great job finding space in between the tackles, picking up a big first down, but trips here, see what they come up with.
They're going to give Bowen on the sweep play left side into the end zone, touchdown. Point Pleasant having no trouble moving the football right now, as they just removed on that play purposefully a linebacker out of the equation. And so from 7 yards out, it is a touchdown from Bowen and makes it 13-7 with the point after attempt pending. So with 9:45 to go in the second quarter, see what adjustments Marietta makes defensively. Tiger offense got to get some things going as well. They were able to score in a 44-yard touchdown pass their last time. Here comes the point after attempt. It is up, and it is driven almost to the houses. And in that back half here, as we're in a residential neighborhood on that right side. 9:45 to go. New score for second quarter. It is point 14, Marietta 7. You're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. And whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Make sure you're getting the cleanest air this season with a new furnace filter by Best Air for only $7.99. Got ants? Take care of them easily with a 4-pack of Ant Bait by Raid for just $3.49. And stock up on batteries by Rayovac and save $5 or more when you pick up a 30-pack of AA or AAA batteries for just $12.99. Don't miss out. Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
9:45 to go, second quarter. New score, Point Pleasant 14, Marietta 7. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks here at Point Pleasant. Schrader set to kick this one away. He has the wind at his back. I would have ventured to say he'll probably put this one into the end zone as he approaches the ball from left to right on your radio dial. And actually, it's going to be short. The return opportunity here by Durham for the Tigers at the 5 to the 10. He's going to scoot up near the 20. And that is where he's going to be dropped. So the Tigers will start first down and 10 at the 21-yard line. And so Tigers need a trump card here, Bill, kind of like in Euchre. They need a trump card to come back here down 14-7.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, the offense, pretty good job. Got a lot of confidence right now in moving the football, as coming off the big touchdown pass from Warden to Whittakin. If they get this defense sitting on their heels a little bit now, they had been packing 8 guys in the box and trying to stop the run, but Marietta beat them with the pass last time.
Send a man in motion, and it's going to be a give up the middle trap play, and that's going to be to Whittakin. And right there making the tackle was big number 56, 55, Harmon. And so it'll bring up second down and 10.
And it's like also number 52, Dylan Kiefer in there, the senior, 6 foot, 210 pounds.
Kind of a strange, great crowd on hand, but not a very vocal crowd on either side right now. 9:12 to go here in the first half of play. Tigers trail 14-7, but have the football second and 10 from their own 21. Warden goes under center, and he sends Adams in motion, and they're going to look to throw. Still looking. Warden's just going to have to dump this one out of bounds. 2-man route, great coverage by Point Pleasant. Tell you what, I've been really impressed with this Point Pleasant coaching staff's adjustment, what they've seen on film. And I should say Marietta's done the same, but right now Point Pleasant's kids have really done a good job of executing. And that's what it comes out to, Bill, in high school. You can draw the greatest thing up on the board. If the kids don't execute, that's what happens. But credit Point Pleasant right now.
Yeah, good coverage there in the secondary. Nowhere to go for Warden with that football, but also Marietta wide receivers kind of in the same vicinity of each other as well. Kind of easy to cover.
Third down and long, and straight drop. Fires it across the middle. Ball caught again. Taking a big hit, and that's going to be a targeting call.
Yes, it is.
Junior Smith makes the catch somehow again at the 37-yard line. Safety comes up, and I think they're going to get the helmet-to-helmet here.
I believe so. I think he kind of squared him up and kind of hit him in the shoulders to the head region. And I don't know if it's going to be anything egregious to the point where they're going to be throwing anybody out, but it's definitely going to be a 15-yard penalty.
And they're just going to go personal foul here. And you know what? I don't
I agree
mind
with
that.
that.
I don't know that it is a targeting call because he leads up top. He didn't lower his helmet.
Right. Yeah.
And there was no malicious behind it.
And I'll tell you what, I've been in that situation many, many times. Obviously, when we were playing football, it was looked at a little differently when you had a guy coming across the
There
middle.
would be no penalty flag.
There would have been no penalty right there at all. But that could have been really bad. He really could have. He had the opportunity to really drive the guy into the turf right there after a big hit up high, and a good job just holding up and just about it. He actually just about separated the man from the football. That's the object of it. But
so it's not a post. It's not a post penalty. Coach Show wants an explanation of why it's not tacked on at the end of the catch. So the ball right now stands at the 38-yard line. I'm not sure what the rule is in West Virginia. It obviously, if it was post penalty, it's 15 yards from where he catches the ball, but it happens in the act. So there's an official timeout right now. Tigers will have the first down no matter what. Drew Warden glad handing down here with one of the officials. That's never a bad thing. Just make sure you get on the official's good side. So it's going to stand as a penalty that's going to be declined by Marietta, rightly so, because the pass was longer than the penalty. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at the 37, 38-yard line. And we have 8:49 to go in the second quarter. More importantly, score 14-7. Point Pleasant on top of Marietta right now. Remember, Point gets the ball to start the second half, and they have controlled the line of scrimmage offensively. Out of the shotgun here, a little different look here. Pistol look for Marietta. They send a man in motion, and they're going to give, and that's going to be to Whittakin, and the trap play is going to be blown up. Whittakin's going to fall forward and lose one on the play. Maybe two. It'll bring up second down and long. That's a new formation. I have not seen that yet, as Whittakin was directly behind Warden with the two wingbacks set. I see what they were trying to do, but the big guy up front in the middle blew it up. And, Bill, what they've done is actually moved 74
to the interior,
from the exterior to the interior.
Yeah.
They'll move him around different spots, and right now he's clogging up the middle. So here comes the Tigers again out of the shotgun. And it's going to be a Warden throw. He has a man down the right sideline. That's Lears Kelly. Throws it up, and it is caught. Down near the 30 to the 29, and a big pitch and catch. It is Drew Warden to Elijah Lears Kelly. And the safety just couldn't get over in time, Billy. Was there. I thought maybe it was going to be trouble, but it was a good throw by Warden and a great catch by Lears Kelly.
Yeah, and I tell you, Drew Warden had to get rid of that football right when he did. He held on to it just a little bit longer. That ball would most likely, you're right, Aaron, it would have gotten either knocked down or picked off. But a great job getting it out there and getting to Kelly for a huge first down. Tigers moving the football.
Tigers go back with that look, and they're going to give dive play to Whittakin, who sidesteps a tackler, now breaks 1, 2, and make it 3 tackles. So he gets down near the 26-yard line, picks up 4 somehow. It'll bring up second down and 6 for Marietta. 7:23 and counting second quarter. Tigers trail 14-7, but scrimmage from the Point Pleasant 27.
Well, I tell you what, great job there by Whittakin. Nowhere to go in between the tackles, Aaron. Good penetration by Point Pleasant, and looked like they had that one stifled in the backfield, but Whittakin stayed low, was able to make a couple guys miss, pick up positive yardage, and a manageable second 7.
Back out of the shotgun goes the Tigers, and they're going to look to throw. And they're going to throw it right side. Lears Kelly on a ball. Touchdown! What a beautiful pitch and catch down the right sideline. A touchdown for the Tigers. Elijah Lears Kelly beat his man off the line who tried to stick him. And from there, it was a beautiful ball thrown at the front of the pylon. Lears Kelly goes up and underneath and gets it, and the Tigers make it 14-13.
Boy, and that's what they mean when they say throw your man open. And that's exactly what Drew Warden did right there. He took a 3-step drop, knew where his man was going to be, and just led him to the end zone. A great ball, great catch. Huge answer there by this Tiger offense.
Point after attempt by Langs, up and good. New score, 6:54 and counting now. Actually, clock stopped. I should say 6:54 and stopped. New score, Marietta 14, Point Pleasant 14. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
Tune in to every Marietta Tiger broadcast for the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game. This longtime sponsorship puts a Fry Dental Group WMOA Big Drill t-shirt on a Tiger standout athlete. The Tiger Big Drill Player of the Game, made possible by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howell, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group, with offices on Green Street in Marietta and 5th Street in Beverly. Go get 'em, Tigers, from the Fry Dental Group.
Second quarter, 6:54 to go here in the second. 14-14 our score. Remember that tonight your halftime and postgame statistics are made possible by the Mannix Allen Group, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. At Merrill, they know that just like tonight's game, there's a hopeful outcome. The same should hold true for your investments. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, Sandra Crosby at 740-568-7860 for an appointment to discuss your goals. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner and Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and wholly owned subsidiary Bank of America Corporation. They say go Tigers. Tigers went down the field and scored a couple big plays. Warden to Lears Kelly on a couple bombs, and the last one was just beautiful.
Yeah, Kelly came in with 387 yards receiving. That's going to obviously put him up over 400 so far.
And a pooch kick going to be fielded at the 19-yard line and across the field to the 25, 30, and duck down near the 37-yard line, and that is going to be Romero.
Yeah, good job there on the special teams tackle by number 14, Owen Riley. Young sophomore coming in, sticking his head in there again on special teams. Man, he's got a lot of special teams tackles this year. He always seems to be one of the first guys down the field. So first down for Point Pleasant. 14-14 is the game. 6:47 to go here in the half. Point Pleasant, pretty decent field position. They're going to start this around 33.
Well, Point Pleasant scrimmage from their own 34. They give to the right side to Bowen, and he's going to be tripped up. Seth Britton, the birthday boy, in on the tackle, maybe a gain of 2. Boy, Bowen still got 2 on that play. 6:37 and counting here in this first quarter. First half. Score tied at 14.
Falling forward is Bowen. A great job there just getting positive yards, because I tell you what, 3 and Britton was in the backfield from his linebacker position very quickly. A great read. Good job coming downhill and finding penetration there.
Does
your that initial hit.
Bride have any relation in the Point Pleasant area? That would be my question.
Don't believe so.
The 2 receivers to the left. Out of the shotgun again. This is their normal set for Point Pleasant. Send a man of motion, pitch on that left side, and that is going to be the running back or wing back in this case, working his way down near the first down marker. Boy, they give him a big spot for a first down, taking a big hit. I mean, it was a good run by Bentz. And, Bill, that sweep play just works for them. They send the guy in motion, and you know it's coming. The quarterback doesn't even try to keep it. He pitches it, and it's working right now for Point Pleasant.
Well, I tell you what, and what I'm seeing on that is Marietta's having a hard time getting that outside leverage and getting outside. They need to race one guy to the outside to be able to turn that back in. But unfortunately, they're just kind of running with them east and west, and the tailback's going to outrun that linebacker 9 times out of 10.
Out of the shotgun. Hill's going to fake the give, look to throw. He does so out in the flats, and it's incomplete. Just falls in front of Adams, who would have had a wide open shot at the end zone, although Bentz had worked his way over, I think, thinking maybe that was, if it was going to be picked off, Adams was going to have to make a run for it. Second down and 10. Tigers, speaking of pickoff, need a big turnover here. 5:33 to go second quarter. Second down and 10 from the 44-yard line of Point Pleasant. They do get the football to start the second half, and this is a game where you're not going to have a lot of possessions. You got to make each one count.
Yeah, it seems to be like 2 heavyweight boxers right now, Aaron, just trading punches back and forth in the form of 7-point touchdowns. So knot it up, see who's going to get the leverage on this one.
Hill out of the shotgun, and it's a straight drop for him. Again, a little out pattern on this near side. Ball caught, but a good tackle by Adams. Up near the 49-yard line. They get 5 on the play. It'll bring up third down and 5. A nice catch on this near side by Rollins.
Good coverage there by 6, and Adams for the Tigers sat down in his back pedal and was able to drive off that, get to the ball, and get to his man before he's able to pick up a whole lot. Third down and 5 here now for Point Pleasant in what could be another passing situation, but don't discount a quarterback designed run here either. 5-0, perfect situation for that.
Under 5 to go, 14-14, you're right, as he's proved to be dangerous. Rolls left, looks left, still looking. Now he's going to be flushed out. Penalty flag flies. Pass is incomplete, so you go ahead and, well, I'm going to leave it up. I don't know if I would accept this or if I would decline it, because it goes to 4th and 5 from the 50. And
all right, 4th and 5.
Point Pleasant might go for it if you don't decline, or if you do decline this.
I think, honestly, this is a punting situation here for Point Pleasant if they do leave it here at 4th down.
Yeah, and so Coach Shobe declines it. Point's going to at least show for a punt. You have 4th and 6, so the Tigers got to watch the football here. Back will be Schrader to punt this one away.
Looks like Durham and Lears Kelly back deep for the Tigers.
We saw Point Pleasant. They don't get the ball back real quick on the punts. Although I have not seen a team come after them. And when he gets a hold of a punt, he can move it, Ken Schroeder. And the Tigers set up the return, and it's going to be a spiral. It's going to be fielded by Lears Kelly at the 10. And he's going to be across the 15. Lears Kelly to the 20, left sideline 30. Lears Kelly to the 40, and he's going to be up, near the 35, where he's going to start first down and 10. What a big block on this near side by Adams. And really, Bill, to be honest with you, or was that Whittakin?
I think that might have been Whittakin, I think. Pick up that big block here to seal that edge. Give Kelly just a little bit more room to find the edge. And so you're going to mark him back about the 32-yard line here. So big opportunity here for the Tigers with 4:36 to go here in the half. This one knotted up at 14. But the Tigers an opportunity here to maybe put one more on the board as Point Pleasant's going to get this ball back at half.
Out of the shotgun, it's going to be Warden. And he's going to give, and it's going to be to Whittakin, who fights up near the 35. 4:30 to go. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Second down and long here for the Tigers. 2nd and 7. And what this does with that stop, finally for the Tigers getting the first punt, you even back out the possessions.
Right.
That you lose when you fumble on the first kickoff. So a score here would be big, would be an understatement because, again, Point gets the ball. And 4:09 after the second quarter and after halftime to start the second half. Tigers have 2nd and long. They go back to the shotgun. And they're going to look to throw. A little pattern across the middle. And Lears Kelly is going to have it knocked away. He actually had his man just a little too slow out of the shotgun. Warden didn't quite see him out of the break. And there's just a little mix-up. Either Lears Kelly went a little too long or Warden just waited a little too long, just enough to throw it off.
Yeah, I think you'd like to see him get rid of that ball just a little bit earlier, but honestly, like you said, it could have been a little bit deep. But nevertheless, you kind of like to see him throw him out of that break on that slant.
Out of the shotgun again. Here comes Warden. And he's going to look to throw, and he does so this near side, and Durham makes a great catch and just gets out of bounds. I love the call. You have the big blacks, Bill, that come off on the corners, let the first down sticks actually open because of the shots the Tigers have taken down field, and you're able to get the little hitch pattern. A good job by Durham making the catch.
Yeah, great route. Just a real quick, crisp route there by Durham, but a great ball by the quarterback and Drew Warden getting rid of that football, getting it out during the break, and Durham turned and the ball was there.
To 3:51 to go, another hitch route on this near side. Lears Kelly makes the catch and going to be drug out of bounds after a gain of 10 on the play, make it 11. So again, we talked about this during the week. If they're going to give you that much off on the cornerbacks, then you go ahead and just take this all the way down the field.
Absolutely. Well, not only they give you that much room on the corners or on the edges, but they also still are trying to pack a lot of guys in the box. So essentially you have 3 men in coverage. You have a safety and 2 corners. And then every now and again, you have a linebacker that kicks out, but there's a lot of room there.
1st and 10, Tigers give it to Whittakin, bounces off a tackle, and then he's eaten up by a host of Point Pleasant players. They'll bring up 2nd down and long. So the only disadvantage right now on 2nd and long here with 3:36 to go and the score tied at 14. The only disadvantage to this exact formation is you haven't seen any run outside of the counter up the middle. See if the Tigers don't come up with some kind of other run off of it, because then it gets real dangerous.
Yeah, it hasn't been there right now in between the tackles, but, we haven't seen him hit on a jet yet either.
Yeah, exactly. So 2nd and long, Tigers going to look to throw. They do so. Whittakin on the right side. Pass is going to be incomplete. Zayden Whittakin on a turn, slips a little bit. Drew put the ball right on the money, and Whittakin just unable after he slips coming out of the break, able to make the catch, so it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, credit Whittakin, though. Good job in Zayden Whittakin, the young Zayden Whittakin over there on that route, Aaron, of just getting a hand on the football and not allowing the defender to make a play on the ball. So he was able to almost turn into a defender there for a minute to just knock the ball down.
Lears Kelly and Durham split to either side. And here we go out of the shotgun. They send the wingbacks this time, too. A ball floated on that right side, and it's going to be tipped in, almost caught by Lears Kelly off of 3 tips. This time the cornerback breaks and knocks the ball away, just enough coverage by Reese Hunt on that side to knock it away.
Boy, I tell you, a lot of contact over there, too, before the ball. I was surprised. we didn't see anything over there, a wide receiver call at all. But I tell you what, it was very, very close. Lear Skelly almost finds a handle on it. It looks like fourth down. It's going to be 4th down and 11 here for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to come out here and line up their offense, go for this one.
4th down and 12 for the Tigers with 2 receivers to either side. Out of the shotgun comes Warden. Score tied at 14 with 3:04 to go here in the second quarter. They're going to throw near side. Ball caught. That is Durham down the left sideline. Slips a tackle. Slips another into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going to say he did not step out of bounds, and he stepped across the goal line for a touchdown. 2:56 to go second quarter, and Marietta gambles on a 4th and long, and they pay it for a touchdown.
Yeah, 4th down and 11, a great ball, a great route by Durham. That ball was on the money, and he got upfield quickly. 2 guys were in front of him. He was able to make them both miss. Again, just trying to push him out of bounds rather than wrap him up, but he was able to keep his feet into the end zone. A huge touchdown for the Tigers.
Point after attempt after the bobbled snap, put down, though, and is up and good. 2:56 to go, second quarter. Our new scorer, Marietta, jumps in front, 21-14. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
Mid-Ohio Valley, your number 1 dealer is Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. With over 950 new and pre-owned vehicles in our extended inventory. Buy now and make no payments for 90 days. Plus, get over book value for trade-ins like yours. And regardless of your credit history, our goal is always 100% financing for everyone. Shop the Mid-Ohio Valley's number 1 dealer. Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. Pioneer Chevrolet, Pioneer GMC, Pioneer Ford Lincoln, Pioneer Honda VW, and PioneerFamilyAuto.com. Stores killer copy inventory.
When someone wants to redo the flooring in a kitchen, a bath, or even a whole house, the average time a person takes to make that final decision lasts up to 1 year. This is Mike Miller at Honest Fred's Flooring, and we've been busy. I don't know if it's the surge of folks who spend more time at home or the reward of hard work, but you keep calling and we'll keep rolling out the carpet. I'll be honest, we really like to work. Bring it on.
HonestFreds.com.
2:56 to go. Back and forth we go. 21-14 Tigers lead. And, Bill, the Tigers have fourth drive gone to a spread, not a total spread look. They've gone with wings, but throwing the football. That time what they did is they released the wing backs instead of staying back and block. They go down the middle of the field, which occupies the safeties, one-on-one on the edges, and they gave them the first down again. But Brant Durham makes a great move and gets a touchdown out of it. Now a fumbled ball that's going to be picked up by Point Pleasant, trying to return it out near their own goal line and across the 20 and out near the 24-yard line, making something out of nothing was Skewin. So 2:49 to go, 3 timeouts for Point Pleasant, 2 timeout or 3 for Marietta. I'll get it right. First down and 10 for Point at their own 19. So is this going to be a case, Bill, where the pass is going to open the run? Or really, if you're looking and you're here and you're watching this, I feel like Marietta with the one-on-one coverage could throw just out routes all night and be successful.
Yeah, I think so too. And then once they start trying to cheat out there on those out routes, you got to watch out for the wheels, and you also got to watch out for Plogger up the middle, up the seam, because he's a handful from the tight end position.
So Point Pleasant sends a man in motion. They're going to keep it on this near side. Hills looking for some running room. Nothing doing out near the 26-yard line. Picks up a couple on the play. Again, this team just falls forward. What looked like it was going to be a loss, he gets 2. 2nd and 8. 2:36 more importantly. The question will be, when will Coach Shope use this timeout? Obviously, you don't use it right now because you don't want to give them too much, but
good job there on the left side of that Tiger defensive line there, and that was Blake Bills, number 60, number 46, Robbie Swisher, and then Britton, the birthday boy, coming in and cleaning things up as well.
Tigers have gone to a 4-man front, inside give. Tigers right there, nothing doing again. Maybe a gain of 1. There's the timeout by Marietta with 2:09 to go. 3rd down and long. In on the tackle for the Tigers, Lightfritz, and also Whittakin. And with 2:09 to go here in the second quarter, we'll take a timeout with a Marietta 21 and Point Pleasant 14. 3rd and long for Point Pleasant. When we come back, you're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of a real estate agency that folks have trusted in the Mid-Ohio Valley for more than 65 years? This is Steve McCarthy. From McCarthy Real Estate, we know the housing market inside and out. You couldn't find a better time to list your home. List it with me and I'll do the rest. Finding comparable appraisals in the area, information on schools, neighborhoods, and setting the right price. We know the real estate market like the back of our hand and will gladly hold yours through this process. See listings at MariettaRealEstate.com.
Wow, wild first half, 21-14 our score, 2:09 to go. And what seemed like possessions were going to be a premium right now, it's been up and down the field. And a new addition to our high school broadcast this season is the touchdown of the game brought to you by Kettle One Teamwear at 313 in Green Street in Marietta. Kettle One is the place to pick up your favorite high school team spirit gear. Also, Kettle One takes team orders and specializes in screen printer embroidery. Call them 373-7969, Kettle One Teamwear. I was down there a few weeks ago, Bill. You and I have a little new gear. Yeah. Took very good care of us. Third down and long, 2:09 to go. 4-Point Pleasant at their own 28-yard line. Make it the 27. They go out of the shotgun. They're going to give up the middle. Trap play is going to be successful. Point Pleasant picks up the first down out near the 39-yard line. And that was a nice run. I really like this Bowen kid.
Yeah, good physical run right there. Good job making his way into that second level of the Tiger defense and was able to make a couple guys miss. This Tiger defense, you can just feel it right now. They're just getting more and more physical as this day goes on.
Switching guys in and out, 4-man front now for Marietta, more of a 6-man as they bring up the linebackers. And it's going to be a throw here by Hill. He's going to set his feet. He's going to throw it deep. He has his man, but incomplete. Great coverage. Chavez in on the coverage from Marietta. And man for man right there with Bentz, who's their playmaker, to bring up second down to 10. A quick shout out. Congratulations to Sailor Wharf, qualifying for the Division I state tournament as a golfer for the Lady Tigers. She, Bill, had to get par on the last hole. Had a chip shot that was a little far out, had to get it up on the green. She puts it within 2 feet, knocks down the putt for par, and she goes on to a state tournament.
I'll tell you what, she is just a fantastic golfer. In fact, I had a chance with the game that Chris and I did to spend a little time talking to Sailor as well.
Give on the right side and busting his way out near midfield. A big run again by Bowen. So the Tigers taking away things up front, and they're running to this right side. And again, no secret who they're running to is Weaver on this right side, the big tackle who I've heard. Don't know if this is official, but maybe a recruit by Marshall, and I can see why. He is a big dude, and he's put together. He is 6'4", 295, but he is a lot of muscle down there.
Well, and like you said, state champion wrestler, heavyweight wrestler, and
knows leverage.
And you learn some things about leverage when you're a wrestler, and I tell you what, he uses it on the field as well.
Point's going to look to throw, and now be flushed out of the pocket. Hill, and he's just going to dump it out of bounds. Boy, he barely got that one out before it was going to be a
intentional
grounding. Thank you.
Yeah, Robbie Swisher was in his face. Number 46, great job there by the Tigers getting penetration. Also in there, number 71, Teddy Bauer, getting in there and causing some ruckus. But tell you what, though, Aaron, you have to credit Caden Hill for not being a quarterback, having the head to get rid of that football.
What happens here, though, Bill, it has to get to the line of scrimmage. It did not get to the line of scrimmage. I was going to say that, actually, but I didn't. And it fell. He had to get it to the 50. It got to the 49. That's a good call. So if you throw it away, I love that they allow high school quarterbacks now to throw it away, but you have to get it at least past the line of scrimmage.
Get it downfield.
Minute 35 to go. If you remember back in the day, as the Tigers lead 21-14 here in the second quarter, you couldn't throw the ball away. It was intentional grounding no matter what, which I thought was the craziest rule because you want to protect kids. So credit the OHSA for putting that in.
But we weren't protecting kids then.
And a give on the inside, and here comes Bentz. Bentz going to be up near the 50-yard line, so he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage or just shy. It'll bring up third down and 12 after a second down and 25. So we have a minute 27 to go. And here's the thing. He gets out of bounds. 2 timeouts for the Tigers, 2 for Point Pleasant. Clock stopped at a minute 27 and a 21-14 Tiger lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Tigers come up with a stop here on third down to see Coach Show go ahead and use a timeout to stop this and get the ball back and maybe create another scoring opportunity for this Tiger offense.
Motion, inside give, counter, and picking up a lot of the yardage in the Tiger territory, just shy of the first down. Ooh, boy, it depends where they give them. side official here is going to mark him down short. He, in this case, was Jordan.
Yeah, so it's going to come up with fourth down and give it about a full yard. Fourth down and a yard here for Point Pleasant to try and keep this drive alive as we now go inside of 1 minute here in the first half is what seems like the longest couple of minutes ever.
And you see Bentz as the Wildcat quarterback keeps it right side. Busts free. Now the right sideline. He's going down the right sideline. And Junior Smith drags him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So a big gain there by Bentz on a 4th and short. How often do you see that in high school football or any football? 4th down and a guy squirt free.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And you know, obviously, it's going to be student body right or left at that point, and it was everybody coming right. So, but a good job there by the Tigers being able to stop him because there was a lot of room there had he cut back. But I think he was focused on getting to the sidelines, getting out of bounds, to stop that clock to preserve their 2 timeouts.
Hill goes back to the shotgun, 48 seconds with the clock stopped. And it's a 1st and 10 from the 22. Here comes that counter give inside again. And a convoy in front of it's the running back into the end zone. Did he get in? The wingback actually from the wingback spot. Jordan gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. And Bill, the counter's been really good. And he had big number 60. He was following all the way down the field and buckled. And now you're going to see a Tiger timeout. 41 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We'll keep it right here at 21-14.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to they're going to give Point Pleasant, I believe, the timeout on that one, though, Aaron. I think they went ahead and took the timeout with 41 seconds left. That clock was still rolling, so they wanted to stop the clock and see what they could give themselves time to get that right play. Because I'll tell you what, this is a situation right here the Tigers have done a pretty good job in so far this season, having their backs against the wall in that goal line situation.
Remember, this was all the way in their own territory, 2nd and 25. That ended up in a 3rd and long. That ended up in a 4th and short, and it ends up in a 1st and goal with 41 seconds to go. So the key would be, can Point Pleasant flip that possession back here and tie this game? 21-14, Tigers with the lead. Point Pleasant does get the football to start the second half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have Skip Mossigan this week in Ohio High School football. Bill and I will look at statistics and more. But first, the final 41 seconds from the goal line of the Tigers. And you see back in that Wildcat, Bentz, as he's out of the shotgun. And I bet this is going to go to the right side as they stack everyone to the right. Tigers, they come and try to anticipate the snap. It's not a bad idea. The ball's going to be moved up an inch because it can't get any further. But what the Tigers try to do there is linebacker tries to anticipate the snap.
Yeah, you're not giving a whole lot. You might as well try to create whatever opportunities you can to get a little bit of penetration because you're going to have to get to the ball carrier in the backfield to be able to come up with a stop here. Honestly, if there's contact at the line of scrimmage, you're just falling forward into the end zone.
So inches, we're talking maybe 4 of them with 41 seconds and Bentz out of the Wildcat formation for Point Pleasant. Keeps it right side, easy, touchdown into the end zone. 39 seconds to go, second quarter. Point makes it 21-20 on a nice drive. Give them credit. 2nd and long conversion, 3rd and long conversion. They get another 4th down there, 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions tonight. It's Point Pleasant, and it makes it 21-20.
What a game this has been. Put together a whale of a drive right there. I mean, they just steadily moved the football down the field. They were able to find the sidelines when they needed to stop the clock to preserve their timeouts, and just gave their offense every opportunity to get back on the board before the end of the half.
Point after attempt is line drive through the uprights. New score, 21-21. Here we go, 39 seconds to go before halftime. Tigers will get the kick when we come back.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. And whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown is your #1 choice for pre-owned vehicles in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Choose from a huge selection of used cars, trucks, or SUVs to fit your payment and budget needs. Regardless of credit history, Pioneer can help you get the car you deserve. Just bring your current credit information for guaranteed finance options and your best deal. Plus, we desperately need pre-owned vehicles, so we're paying over book value for every trade, just like yours. Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown, West Virginia, or PioneerFamilyAuto.com. Let's qualify CD the details.
39 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and normally you'd say, well, it's only 39 seconds, but the way the Tigers had an opening kickoff go, and then the way they've thrown the football, 39 seconds is a lot, and it'll all depend on where this ball ends up, because if you're Marietta and you're deep in your own territory, I doubt you throw it tied at 21 before you go into halftime, but we'll see as the kick here by Schrader. And it's going to be a line drive kick right at Durham off a hop. Takes it at the 6. Across the 10, 15, and down the right sideline and upended at the 27-yard line. So, Brant Durham, this is an even harder decision if you're Coach Show, because you're at enough where you feel like, okay, I can maybe take a couple shots, but also with Point getting the football to start the second half, you don't want to make a mistake.
I think right now you try your best chunk play. Your safest chunk play. If you succeed on that chunk play, you're able to pick up a good 10, 15 yards. Then maybe you tempo up a little bit and see what you can come up with. But
they do have the 2 timeouts of the Tigers, and they come out in the shotgun. They're going to look right side, a little hitch pattern. Lears Kelly spins out of a tackle. Lears Kelly across the 50, and he tiptoes out of bounds right at the 49-yard line of Point Pleasant. So Point Pleasant comes off on the corners, Bill. They run the little hitch, stop route, if you will, and the Tigers set themselves up 1st and 10. They're at the Point 49-yard line.
Boy, what a quick spin move there by Lears Kelly. That was a textbook. If you can think back, those Buckeye fans out there, think back to Braxton Miller in that insane, quick, the B button spin move. That was what Lears Kelly just did on the far side of the field.
We're going to keep it here, a timeout for Point Pleasant, and we'll kind of talk about some things as coming into this game. Marietta, it's a must win if you want to continue on your league title hopes. If you want a winning season, this is a must win. Probably in the playoffs as it stands right now, what this would do and what next week would do, if you can get wins, would give you a much better seed. Instead of playing a 1, 2, or 3 seed, you might have an opportunity to 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah, right now Tigers sitting at 12th right now in Division III Regional 11.
So yeah, ready to be a 5 versus 12 in that situation. So
obviously 2 more wins if they're able to come away here with a win tonight, and a win next week against Warren would be huge for this Tiger team, and maybe a boost. I couldn't see them maybe jumping past it, maybe a 10. But
yeah, they'll probably get to a 9 or 10. You're right, with those 2 wins, depending on what happens in the other. But right now they have 26 seconds of 1st and 10 from the Point 29. They're going to take a shot down the middle of the field, and it's going to be picked off at the 12-yard line. So they take a shot down the middle, and a good job by Point. They bring 2 safeties and both corners, chuck the wide receivers, and the shot across the middle is going to be intercepted at the 12-yard line. 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, a lot of green out there in front. I can't imagine Point Pleasant would get too fancy right here with 19 seconds to go and on their own 11-yard line. Anything you give up right here, any kind of turnover you get over right here, could be detrimental offensively and also for your momentum going into half. So see what they draw up.
They move the ball really well on these counters inside, so look for one of those. And here comes Bowen on the run. He's going to get out for maybe 7 or 8 on the play, and 13 seconds to go. That will be the final play of the first half. Score tied at 21. Point Pleasant will get the football to start the second half. We're going to take a timeout, come back on the other side. We'll look at first half statistics before we send it out to Skip Mossick and company. You're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of a real estate agency that folks have trusted in the Mid-Ohio Valley for more than 65 years? This is Steve McCarthy from McCarthy Real Estate, and we know the housing market inside and out. You couldn't find a better time to list your home. List it with me and I'll do the rest. Finding comparable appraisals in the area, information on schools, neighborhoods, and setting the right price. We know the real estate market like the back of our hand and will gladly hold yours through this process. See listings at MariettaRealEstate.com.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Make sure you're getting the cleanest air this season with a new furnace filter by Best Air for only $7.99. Got ants? Take care of them easily with a 4-pack of Ant Bait by Raid for just $3.49. And stock up on batteries by Rayovac and save $5 or more when you pick up a 30-pack of AA or AAA batteries for just $12.99. Don't miss out. Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Working together. That's the key to better healthcare for you and your family. And now the doctors and specialists at Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic are joining forces. They'll use Mayo Clinic's expertise to resolve the hard-to-solve medical problems. For you, that means peace of mind and access to the finest medical knowledge anywhere, right here at home. Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic. Working together. That's expecting more. Memorial Health System. Proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Visit mhsystem.org/Mayo.
Back here at halftime, Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks. We're so glad that you're joining us wherever you may be as the Marietta Tigers and the Point Pleasant Big Blacks are tied at 21. And it has been a good first half of play as we're working on getting some statistics here. But first drive or first kickoff, opening kick to kind of recap what happened in the first half. Marietta ripped it out, has a beautiful kickoff return, but fumbled at the 40-yard line. Point Pleasant takes it 40 yards the other way after they recover the kick and make it 7-0. Marietta answers back on the next possession, and they make it 7-7. Point jumps back out 14-7. They just continue to just drive the football, and they've come up with 3rd and longs and 4th and shorts tonight. So credit them offensively, and that's kind of been their story. They've controlled the clock as well as Point Pleasant. Made it 14-7 Marietta. They come down, make it 14-14, throwing the football. They do it again on their 3rd drive after a 3 and out to the Tigers, and they make it 21-14. And then right before half, with 2-some minutes to go, it was Point Pleasant driving all the way down the field and making it 21-21. They converted on a 2nd and 25 to make it 3rd and long, and then on a 4th and 1, they got it, ended up getting it into the end zone. So it is a 21-21 halftime score. I think we're going to rile up some statistics after we send it to Skip Mossick in This Week in Ohio High School Football. So a little recap to get you out to Skip. Our halftime score, Marietta 21, Point 21. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader. It could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howell, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Protect your home and family with First Alert's 2-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide detector alarm for $44.99. Major savings of $33 or more. Or get your choice of a spring brace rake or a poly leaf rake for just $19.99 and save $10 or more. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank. Working together, building success. Member FDIC.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Reports. As we look ahead to next week's season finales, there are some great Week 10 rivalry games all across Ohio. This evening, we'll highlight a special one that occurs each year in Knox County with the annual Devil Dog Game. Tyler Mathias from our Mount Vernon affiliate will join us to talk a little bit about it next on the Ohio News Network.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. Our members are the public school educators who coach your kids on and off the field because we believe in the potential of every student and their right to a high-quality public education, no exceptions. That's why we will continue to speak in one voice to demand the supports and resources our public schools need because public education matters.
Mid-Ohio Valley, your number one dealer is Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. With over 950 new and pre-owned vehicles in our extended inventory. Buy now and make no payments for 90 days. Plus, get overbook value for trade-ins like yours. And regardless of your credit history, our goal is always 100% financing for everyone. Shop the Mid-Ohio Valley's number one dealer. Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. Pioneer Chevrolet, Pioneer GMC, Pioneer Ford Lincoln, Pioneer Honda VW, and PioneerFamilyAuto.com. There's no extra copy inventory.
This is Mike from Honest Fred's Flooring, and I like it when people say that they heard me on the radio or saw me on TV. But what I really like is to see you in our showroom. You see, the flooring business is still very much a touch and feel decision. It is called a showroom for a reason, and I'm banking on one of ours being a short drive from where your feet are right now. Visit us in Parkersburg, Marietta, or Spencer.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFred.com.
1 or 2 or 10 things have changed since I got in the real estate business. Hi, this is Steve McCarthy of McCarthy Real Estate. Gone are the days when folks just stopped by 318 2nd Street in Marietta. Now you can find McCarthy Real Estate on Facebook with weekly featured listings or MariettaRealEstate.com. We have real phones and cell phones and GPS, although we know our way around. McCarthy Real Estate since 1953. You don't need good luck to find us, but you'll have it when you do.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your Week 9 game. And as we prepare for next week's regular season finales, there are some great and long-standing rivalry and trophy games all around Ohio. And while they're all special, we wanted to highlight one of them that occurs each year in Knox County. It's the annual Devil Dog Game between Danville and East Knox. We're joined for a few minutes by Tyler Mathias from our affiliate in Mount Vernon to talk a little bit about it. And Tyler, what's next week like leading up to this football game?
I'll tell you what, they have a bonfire, and I guess they're going to have like a cookout out at the park and things like that. So there's a lot going on. I know we're going to have the teams down on Monday for our Monday Night Sports Talk show, and we're going to have some fun with them and talk about the rivalry. But what people don't understand is Danville and East Knox are only 7 miles apart. They're so close to each other, and sometimes you're playing against your own family members, depending on where they're living in the district. So it is an exciting time leading up to it, and obviously there's a lot going to be on the line next week as well.
And while Danville holds a big edge in this series, they say throw the records out in games like this. How often does the underdog either win or at the very least play their best game of the season in this matchup?
I'll tell you what, it was interesting. A couple of years ago, they played to a 7-6 game, and I mean they've been playing this since 1960. It's been played for a long time, but Danville has had the edge for a while. I mean they at one point won 18 of 19 of these games, and so for the most part, when you go into it, the team that's favored is the team that wins, but it ends up being a lot closer than you expect sometimes, and really it depends on the conditions, too, because the weather can play a factor in different things, but a lot of times that team that goes into it with a better record, they come out with a victory.
Danville is unbeaten going into tonight's game, a solid number 2 in Division 7, Region 25. How good are they?
I'll tell you what, in the spring, I guess it was, I actually had the running back at Danville out at my house to landscape my home. At the time, his family was moving, and he had gone to East Knox, and then he ended up at Danville, and he's had an excellent season. The Danville Blue Devils, more than likely going to be undefeated going into the ballgame. And the East Knox Bulldogs, people don't understand, they have had a brutal schedule at the beginning of the year and played some really good teams, but they are at a situation where they only have the one loss in conference to Northmore, and so it could become a huge matchup next week. East Knox ends up knocking off Loudonville, then it ends up setting up a situation where East Knox could actually gain a tie in the conference. So it's going to be a big matchup next week.
And besides that, Tyler, speaking of East Knox, they control their own destiny as far as the postseason, and more than anything, just a nice rebound from a season ago, no?
Yeah, they have Blake Elliott has been really good at running back for them, a team that's, look, they had to adjust a little bit because they had such a great senior class. Cody Reese was there. I know you've interviewed Cody a number of times. And he was there, and they had a great senior class. And then it's almost like, okay, somebody else has to step up, almost like a deer in a headlight type thing last year. And it seems like they put it all together with Andy Beatty this year. Blake Elliott's been great, has nearly 1,000 yards rushing for them. And you talk about the ground game, you got two guys that are going to have over 1,000 yards rushing going into that ball game. It's going to be impressive for them. So, that turnaround for East Knox, it's a situation where they had to understand a little bit more about Friday night lights, and they're doing that and could make up for a great matchup next week.
Well, Tyler, really quickly about a couple of your other area teams. Mount Vernon's 2-6. They're going to need to win, obviously, and get some help. Centerburg, those 4-4, as is Highland. Fredericktown, same region there, 3-5. They need to win. But my question is, how much do schools like that embrace the expanded playoffs with the opportunity now to make it to Week 11?
I've asked a lot of questions about the expanded playoffs, and people got to know my thoughts on it, Skip, with everything. But I'll tell you what, when you know that you are still in it at this part of the year, because a lot of the times, like Centerburg, they wouldn't really be in it if it was a regular year, and now they've got something to play for. And then the Highland Scots, they've got Dane Nauman. I'm sure you've heard about Dane Nauman. Mm-hmm. He broke the rushing record for Highland in his junior year. They've had a really tough schedule, but again, opportunities to better your seeding opportunities, and certainly great ball games ahead, too.
Tyler Mathias from our Mount Vernon affiliate. Tyler, we always love talking high school football with you. Enjoy the Devil Dog game next week, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Skip.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Ava Angel from Gallia Academy High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I just love softball because, I just get to spend time with all of my friends and make new friends with my travel team and everything, and just building new bonds with each other and building a friendship.
Ava likes trying new things, like she'll do in a couple of years when she plays softball in college. She also likes expanding her horizons in Future Farmers of America.
They got me into soil judging, so that's just really different for me from where I'm from, the livestock and equine world. Just soil is just very different.
These new skills broaden her ability on the family farm.
Honestly, I just love agriculture, and I've always grew up on a farm. The love that the people in this industry have for their animals, they all just have a really strong passion for it.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. And whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of a real estate agency that folks have trusted in the Mid-Ohio Valley for more than 65 years? This is Steve McCarthy from McCarthy Real Estate, and we know the housing market inside and out. You couldn't find a better time to list your home. List it with me and I'll do the rest. Finding comparable appraisals in the area, information on schools, neighborhoods, and setting the right price. We know the real estate market like the back of our hand and will gladly hold yours through this process. See listings at MariettaRealEstate.com.
Working together. That's the key to better health care for you and your family. And now the doctors and specialists at Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic are joining forces. They'll use Mayo Clinic's expertise to resolve the hard-to-solve medical problems. For you, that means peace of mind and access to the finest medical knowledge anywhere, right here at home. Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic. Working together. That's expecting more. Memorial Health System. Proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Visit mhsystem.org/mayo.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Tyler Mathias for coming on to tell us about next week's annual Devil Dog game in Knox County. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network. Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown is your #1 choice for pre-owned vehicles in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Choose from a huge selection of used cars, trucks, or SUVs to fit your payment and budget needs. Regardless of credit history, Pioneer can help you get the car you deserve. Just bring your current credit information for guaranteed finance options and your best deal. Plus, we desperately need pre-owned vehicles, so we're paying over book value for every trade, just like yours. Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown, West Virginia, or PioneerFamilyAuto.com. Let's qualify CD the details.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Make sure you're getting the cleanest air this season with a new furnace filter by Best Air for only $7.99. Got ants? Take care of them easily with a 4-pack of Ant Bait by Raid for just $3.49. And stock up on batteries by Rayovac and save $5 or more when you pick up a 30-pack of AA or AAA batteries for just $12.99. Don't miss out. Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
21-21, our halftime score, and we've been treated to some band, really two good bands. The Marietta Wall of Sound had a good little show. Point Pleasant putting on a show about the same size, but boy, they're both really good. Tonight, our halftime and post-game statistics made possible by the Mannix Allen Group, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. In Merrill, they understand the values and ideals of our community, can develop a customized financial strategy designed to help you pursue what matters most to you. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner & Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and wholly owned subsidiary Bank of America Corporation. They say, go Tigers. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, or Sandra Crosby at 740-568-7860 to arrange your appointment to review your investment game plan. That is the Mannix Allen Group. We appreciate their sponsorship here on the radio. Taking a peek right now. Statistics, we thought we had a statistic thing going on here in the first half. Come to find out, they only kept the Point Pleasant statistics, although we kind of know the Marietta, so we'll get the Point Pleasant first, and we'll keep those in the second half. Throwing the football tonight, it was mostly Hill from the quarterback spot. Not mostly, it was all of Hill throwing the football tonight. He was 5 of 9 for 70 yards. Did have, I believe, the one interception. Did Marietta have the one interception? No, you know what? He did not have an interception in the first half. Rushing the football, it was Bowen, 10 carries for 65 yards. It's a pretty good clip, 6.5 yards per carry. Hill had 6 for 4. Bentz had 9 for 55, and Jordan 2 for 31. So they rushed the football pretty well, up over 100 yards. Did this Point Pleasant offense. Marietta football rushing, really, you can look at the totals. Marietta's probably maybe at 6 carries as a team for maybe 5 yards, just unable to get things going on the first 2 possessions. And then they went to the air, throwing the football. And Drew Warden, unofficially, we have him up over or near 150 yards. He does have the interception at the end of the first half that it was just kind of a jump ball to get things going, but he has the 3 touchdowns throwing the football tonight. 2 to Lears Kelly, 1 a 44-yard touchdown to Zane Whitaker.
Yeah, it's been just throwing the football is where Marietta has found all their success tonight. Luckily for the Tigers, they've been able to get on the scoreboard through the air because, as you mentioned, the offense is just running the football has been putrid tonight. Has not been able to get anything going on the ground. But credit again, Drew Warden in the quarterback position to keeping this offense alive and keeping them afloat. Throwing the football, and James coming off of, I think, 2 or 3 touchdown passes last week against Meg. So a great job here by the Tigers offensively. It's just not getting what they can, taking what Point Pleasant is essentially giving them and making the most of those situations, Aaron, because, it's essentially a 0-0 football game here to start this second half as it's 21-21, and I think we're in for another really good half of football.
Yeah, we're excited for it, and it's coming around the corner. About 3 minutes in the second half. We're back with second half action. Score tied at 21. Point Pleasant football. When we come back, you're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown is your #1 choice for pre-owned vehicles in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Choose from a huge selection of used cars, trucks, or SUVs to fit your payment and budget needs. Regardless of credit history, Pioneer can help you get the car you deserve. Just bring your current credit information for guaranteed finance options and your best deal. Plus, we desperately need pre-owned vehicles, so we're paying over book value for every trade, just like yours. Pioneer Family Pre-Owned Autos in Williamstown, West Virginia, or pioneerfamilyauto.com. Let's qualify CD for details.
Working together. That's the key to better health care for you and your family. And now the doctors and specialists at Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic are joining forces. They'll use Mayo Clinic's expertise to resolve the hard-to-solve medical problems. For you, that means peace of mind and access to the finest medical knowledge anywhere, right here at home. Memorial Health System and Mayo Clinic. Working together. That's expecting more. Memorial Health System. Proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Visit mhsystem.org/Mayo.
2 teams out here stretching it out. Get ready for the second half. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks, Point Pleasant, Brett Treadway on the video tonight. We do apologize. Video was probably a little choppy for most people tonight. Wi-Fi very spotty here at Point Pleasant. But if you're watching and you want to jump over and listen, I guess the audio is good over there, but you can still go to, obviously, the radio, the old school way, and AM 1490 or FM 101.3. Also, you can download the WMOA app if you have trouble on either the Facebook or YouTube stream. So we can take you through the second half here as, again, a new addition to our football broadcast this year is the Touchdown of the Game, brought to you by Kettle One at 313 Green Street in Marietta. Kettle One is the place to pick up your favorite high school team spirit gear. Kettle One also takes team orders and specializes in screen printing and embroidery. Call them 373-7969. That is Kettle One Teamwear. Thanks to them and all of our sponsors tonight here on the radio. We'll have the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game later on. And we're hoping it's all Tigers here in the second half. And we'll have many decisions we're hoping to make for those awards tonight. But right now, the 2 teams getting ready. We're going to take a final timeout. We'll be back 30 seconds. We promise you're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
At Honest Fred's Flooring, we believe in the old adage that says, it will never happen unless you schedule it. This is Mike Miller, and the old adage makes sense. We tend to talk about more things than doing them. That dream vacation, reading a good book, going to the gym. It's not real until you schedule it. Honest Fred's Flooring thanks all the good folks that make up our daily, and we'd love to add you to it.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFreds.com.
Second half action just getting ready to go underway. The Tigers, see what the adjustments are going to be made, Bill. If your point, I don't think you make too many adjustments offensively. It's looked pretty good for you.
Yeah, they're moving the football well, and they're just controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling the clock, and they haven't had much of a problem at all. And they've, created a couple opportunities trying to throw the football, but, they've been able to run the football. Now you go back to Marietta, they've not been able to run the football, which is quite surprising, honestly, because coming into this game, I mean, you had Zane Whittakin and Junior Smith, who are both have just monster seasons going. It's been kind of the two-headed monster offensively for the Tigers and running the football, both coming in with over 100 carries. Zane Whittakin come in to this game with 105 carries, 713 yards together. I mean, that's 6.8 yards per and 12 touchdowns on the ground. Junior, his is even better. He had 103 carries, 760 yards coming in, 7.4 per with 10 touchdowns. So obviously it's been an offense that has had no trouble running the football, but you got to credit the Point Pleasant Big Blacks tonight, Aaron, because they've been able to stifle that running offense of the Tigers and force them into the air.
And you really haven't seen Marietta. Another point you make a good point there is Marietta kind of had to play catch up pretty quick because you don't know how many possessions you're going to get. So in reality, they didn't have I'm going to say a mini possession to try to establish a run. We'll see if they can get a stop to come out here in the first half and second half and just do that. As we're set for kickoff, second half action as Braxton Lang puts a foot into the ball and drives the return man back to the 6-yard line and up near the 10 to the 15, out near the 20, and down to the 20-yard line. And that is where Point Pleasant will start 1st and 10. He has returned the ball all night tonight for them. And Bill, that is number 2. And our roster went somewhere. Mostly, there it is. Oh, that's right. That's Marrero.
Yeah, Marrero. He's I tell you what, he's made a couple plays for Point Pleasant here in this first half, in keeping them in the football game. And Tiger defense now, see if they can stiffen up and come up with a couple of turnovers themselves as the Tiger offense turned the ball over twice in the first half and see if the defense can get a couple back.
Out of the shotgun, and they'll put the tight end wing back from the right side to the left side. Hill out of the shotgun is going to give on the right side to Bowen. Has a little bit of running room, but he is going to be brought down after a gain of 3 on the play. Tigers coming in and making a tackle. A nice job by Marietta there, putting his big arms out. Teddy Bauer making a tackle. He gobbled up Bowen, but not before he gets, they give him 4. So it'll bring up second, they're going to say 3. 2nd and 7 here for Point Pleasant. Remember, they had time of possession pretty much sewn up in that first half.
Yeah, they sure did. Now 2nd down and 6 here for Point Pleasant, and pretty good field position is, a pretty good situation for this offense. Kind of opens the playbook a bit.
They're going to inside counter give and working his way up near the 30-yard line and falling across the 30, still on his feet to the 31-yard line. And that's Bentz, who's going to pick up a first down for Point Pleasant. So Nate Bentz, Tigers, they stood him up and then tried to strip it away. Bentz did a good job of putting his hands on the football. They had him on the binoculars and keeping his legs going. That's a pretty good run there.
Yeah, nice physical run, hard run, and the Tigers had him pretty well wrapped up before the first down, but Bentz just kept them churning, kept pushing, and credit the referees letting them play that one out a little bit.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Their own 32. Low snap, but picked up. Give up the middle, and that's Bowen. Still on his feet, and he's going to be pulled backward. Blake Hansen in on the tackle for the Tigers. A gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. 10:34 and counting here in the third quarter. 21-21 are their score. But again, it's just one of those things. Good crowd. We just haven't heard a lot from the crowd tonight.
A little quiet tonight, but Blake Hansen gets a good stop there. 2nd down and 7 now for Point Pleasant. Mark this one right around the 35-yard line of Point Pleasant. So
Point Pleasant with their red tops tonight. White pants, red and black stripes up the side. White helmets with their numbers in red on the side. Hill goes out of the shotgun. He gives, counter, right side, running room, and falling up near the 44-yard line. And that is Jordan. And another Point Pleasant first down. So it's been counter with Bentz. All they're doing is just running a simple zone counter. And I say, they've been very effective with this big offensive line running some zone. And then they run the what most people would consider an inside counter. And Jordan's carried the ball well. He's big at number 44 for Point Pleasant. So we have an official's timeout substitution. Teddy Bauer had to come off the field.
Yeah, and I tell you, the Tigers, though, Aaron, on that last play, they really did a good job. They came off the ball well. They got penetration, but I want to credit Vince for just finding a crease and finding a hole and being able to move the sticks.
Jordan on that one.
Sorry, Jordan there.
No,
yeah.
you're right.
But the Tigers actually getting penetration there on the front. It just they couldn't plug the right hole.
Jordan's 5'10", 155. They kind of pad him up a little bit like a fullback. You know, when I see a fullback like that, I remember their old fullback and the Bone Cutter kid. They used to pad him up big time.
Yeah, John Bone Cutter.
First down and 10 for Point Pleasant from their own 44. With under 10 minutes to go in this third quarter. And they're going to quarterback keep it on the right side and slipping a couple tacklers and falling forward for a gain of 2 on the play. And that is Hill, and it's going to bring up second down and 8. Hill was stopped in the backfield. Tigers right now, Bill, just arm tackling a little too much. And Hill gets 2 on the play.
Yeah, I tell you what, he made a couple of guys miss and just about enough guys. But luckily, number 60 on the backside there, Blake Bills didn't give up on it, was able to get a handful of jersey and yank him down. So second down and long, make it 2nd and 9 here from the Point Pleasant 45-yard line. So a possible passing situation here for Point Pleasant if you're the Tigers. Don't get beat deep.
Taking their time, 2nd and long. They're going to pitch it. Bent's left side, and he's going to be hit by Swisher, and then coming in and making the tackles, Whittakin. So a Swisher-Whittakin show there. Pickup of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. We've seen this all night for Point Pleasant, and they've been successful to get it in 4th and short. Tigers need off the field in a bad way.
Yeah, but I tell you what, right, good job there on that far side. I didn't get a number on it, Aaron. I think it might have been Leifertz that came up and was able to turn that ball back inside. Otherwise, there was a lot of room outside the hashes right there. But coming up, establishing the edge and being able to force the ball back into the pursuing linebackers. And number 20, Zane Whittakin, able to clean it up. Now 3rd down.
2 wing backs, tight end, left side. Out of the shotgun again, Hill. And he's going to send a man in motion, look to throw. He floats it out in the flats. Ball's going to be knocked away. Good coverage by Junior Smith on this near side. 4th down punting situation here. Big stop with 8:14 to go in this third quarter, 21-21.
But I tell you what, though, a very well-designed football play right there. I tell you, they just about broke one big there. They caught the Tigers a little bit off guard with that play fake, and they were able to freeze the linebackers. But it was Junior Smith coming up making a big stop.
8:14 to go, 21-21 our score. Punting situation here. Schrader set to punt this one away. Tigers bring a little heat off the edge, but Schrader, goodness, with a great spiral punt that's going to hit inside the 10, and it's going to be fielded by Durham. He's got to get out of the end zone. He does. Durham at the 10 to the 15, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 15-yard line. That ball was headed to the end zone. I think Durham just kind of lost where he was maybe on the field a little bit, Bill, because he fielded it at the 1, was lucky to get out of the end zone, and the Tigers are not going to have very good field position to start this drive. 1st and 10 from their own 16.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can't fault them for wanting to make a play.
No, absolutely not.
You can't fault them for that, but it may be not the best situation to have picked that ball up and tried to make something happen.
He might have also thought it was going to go out at the 1. It was close, and he was, again, able to at least make it out to the 16-yard line. Tigers back out of that pistol formation, send a man in motion. They're going to give Whittakin up the middle, some running room. Whittakin across the 25 and out near the 27, 28-yard line. So a little different look here by the Tigers. Bill, they send in motion. Looked like they could have went sweep. Instead, they go up the middle with Whittakin. He picks up 12 on the play.
Yeah, and in the first half, Aaron, we saw a little bit of that. And the plays that were successful for Whittakin in between the tackles, he hit the hole hard. He was able to get into that second level very quickly. The ones that really got stacked up, he stutter steps a little bit and tries to read the defense. So I like the idea of just pouring it in there.
Give on the right side. Junior Smith some running room now. Smith out across and near the 40, and he picks up the 1st down and more. A gain of 13 for Junior Smith.
Yeah, the Tigers now, Aaron, they're finding their way on the ground a little bit. We talked about this at halftime, and in fact, you said something. They had to come out here, stay within their offense in the second half, and find success running the football early. And so far in this early drive, that's exactly what we're seeing.
Which they are. They're just doing it out of a different look. And that's out of this ace formation. What basically it's out of the shotgun with the deep back behind the quarterback, a pistol, if you will. Counter give. Again, here's Whittakin, full head of steam. Whittakin's going to get down the right sideline. He is going to win the foot race. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers. Zane Whittakin takes it to the house. 66 yards for a touchdown.
Well, a huge touchdown right there from Zane Whittakin. A great job. A huge hole. You got to credit those guys up front on the far right side, Aaron. A huge block. That would have been Dearth over there and Bauer in the center and Wilkinson on that far side. There was a huge hole, but Whittakin hit it hard, and he was all virtually untouched all the way to pay dirt.
Point after attempt here pending with 7:02 to go. It is up, and it is good. That is the goalpost that's leaning a little bit. We'll get to that after the break. 7:10 to go, new score. Marietta gets a defensive stand and then turns around and puts it in the end zone. It's the Tigers 28 and Point Pleasant 21. You're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
What do folks look for in a home? Your guess is as good as mine, but I must say, if you work with McCarthy Real Estate, we've seen it, we know it, and how to get to it. You can't beat experienced local service. It's a great time to list as demand is at an all-time high. With global access to potential buyers moving into our area, we are out in front on turnkey deals. Plus, we're there for you to navigate the appraisal, inspection, and banking process. McCarthy Real Estate, 2nd Street, Marietta, and at mariettarealestate.com.
7:10 to go here in the third quarter, 28-21. Tigers on top, 66-yard run by Whittakin. And, Bill, the key there was I think it was a little different play design. Before it might have been kind of a trap play. This time more of a dive. He hits it a lot harder, as you said, and that's the difference in that play. He's coming downhill fast.
Right, he's coming downhill fast. In the defensive line for Point Pleasant, they come off hard. They're really fast off the ball. The only way to match that is to be just as fast on the other side, and that's with the backs and with the offensive line. You have to be able to beat them to the point of attack. You have to beat them into that second level to find success. That's what we saw there from Marietta on that first drive.
Credit the Tigers coaching staff with a great adjustment at halftime. Now a line drive kick up the middle, going to be fielded, dropped, picked back up at the 21, looking for any kind of room here, and just falling down at the 26-yard line. Momentum's a powerful thing, and you're starting to feel it a little bit go into the Tigers side, Bill. They get a stop to start the second half. They get a 66-yard touchdown run. And with 7:04 to go in the third, they lead 28-21.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that momentum shift a little bit right there, obviously, in the play on the field, but just in opticals, you can see it, seeing guys come on and off the field.
You and I can feel it because of what we're seeing.
Just as well. I mean, Marietta hustling in and off the field, and Point Pleasant just kind of slowly coming in and out.
But they've been methodical in offense, so they come out of the shotgun. They're going to pitch it on this near side. Some running room for Bentz out near the 30. Nice job coming up and making the tackle by Leifritz, but also Chavez getting off his block. He is going to get 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 6, but I really like Chavez coming up and making the tackle. There is a Point Pleasant player down. You hope he's okay. It'll give us a chance to take a timeout. 6:50 to go third quarter. Tigers lead 28-21 when we come back.
When it comes to flooring, do yourself an honest Fred's favor and do your homework, because the lowest price doesn't always add up to the price of satisfaction. Just like in school, when you do your homework, maybe even ask some experts for a little help, you have a better chance of that grade A result. At Honest Fred's, we wrote the book on flooring, and we take our competitors to school when it comes to quality.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFreds.com.
6:50 to go, third quarter. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks. Good to see that. I think it was Bentz who was down and just needed stretched out a little bit, Bill. Was it Bentz or was it Rollins?
Yeah, there's number 27, Dawson Rollins.
Either way,
you hate to see anybody go down, but it's always a good sign to see him, lift that heel to the sky and start bringing it back, because you know at that point that they're just cramping up. It's a little warmer today than what we typically expect.
It has been.
It was about an 80-degree kickoff temperature. When I was on my way down here, it was still around 80 degrees here in Point Pleasant. So
how about the drive over? How beautiful it is this time of year. It's we're about 2 weeks away from it being really beautiful. And hopefully you and I in 2 weeks will be taking a trip to a playoff game for this Tiger team. Second down and 6. And it's an inside give, and here goes the fullback from the wingback spot, breaking it across into Tiger territory, and that is the big fullback in Jordan. Jordan, it's been good for them all night. He had 3 carries, I think, for 31 yards at halftime, and he is picking his way here in the second half, a big run, and you can see it coming, Bill. It's not that the Tigers don't see it. It's just how they're executing it right now for Point Pleasant.
Yeah, and I tell you, this is just a physical run period right there for Ethan Jordan. I mean, he was just running through arm tackles, and You see the pads that the ball carriers they try and practice with, where they run the gauntlet and the pads are just smacking them, and that's kind of what it looked like there for him as he was just running through arm tackles.
First down and 10 from the Tiger 46, and it's quarterback keeper on the right side. This is that Wildcat formation, and this is the running back in Bentz. Picks up 8 on the play. It'll bring 2nd and 2. He's down to the Tiger 38. So he's at the Tiger 38 with 5:51 and counting here in this third quarter. Tigers lead 28-21.
Pretty good.
Boy, actually, Bill, they marked him out. And I thought it was going to be 2nd and 2. It's more like 2nd and 4. Stepped out more so over on the side than what I thought he did.
Yeah, and in fact, they actually marked him inbounds because the time is still running off the clock. But good job there by Kobe Alexander coming from that far side there and not giving up with it, coming up with a big stop.
And out of the Wildcat formation, up the middle goes Bentz, and he's going to pick up the first down inside the 35, right at the 35 is where it's going to be marked for a first down. So you can see the Tigers pointing at him. Hey, he's going to carry it. He's not attempted a throw tonight, but he has been efficient. This offensive line is big, as we've mentioned all night, and they've been able to drive the ball. They'll bring up a first down and 10 with under 5 to go when this ball snapped, as a 28-21 Tiger lead. And Point Pleasant moving from left to right from the Tiger 35. And it's going to be a give to Bowen right side. He is tripped up by Britton at the 34, 33. And again, you see him cramping up here after a gain of 4. So an official timeout. We'll keep it right here. And again, remind you that our touchdown of the game brought to you by Kettle One at 313 Green Street in Marietta. Kettle One is the place to pick up your favorite high school gear. Kettle One Teamwear also takes team orders, specializes in screen printing and embroidery. Call them 373-7969. Kettle One Teamwear. We'll have our Friday Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game as well as our IGA Sack of the Game following in the post game. As young man being tended to down here, they're still working on him. A little longer cramp this time maybe. 4:47 to go, third quarter. It is 28-21. Point Pleasant will have it from the Tiger 32-yard line. They've been able to move the ball pretty well on the ground tonight, sneaking in some passes. This has been a Point Pleasant team. We said it coming in. Not your typical 2-4 team. And they definitely, they're coming off a home game last week. They have one this week, and then they have 2 more after this. Remember, West Virginia gets started a little later than Ohio does. So Bowen going to get up and walk off. So it's good to see again Cramp with the water bottle in his hands. But he has been their main running back in the backfield as far as when they hand the ball off. But I feel like they're full of them. They have a lot of guys that can go.
Many different options in that backfield.
And right now, lining up at quarterback's one of the big options tonight in Bentz. As he is going to just straight keep it on the right side. He is met in the hole by Whittakin, and he's still on his feet, running over 3 Tigers on the way to the end zone. Oh, my. What a touchdown run. This one from 32 yards out. Bentz to the house.
Well, what a physical run right there from Bentz. He just kind of returned the favor back to Zane Whittakin after Whittakin in the first half kind of tattooed and ran over a few guys. He was on the receiving end of that one, but just a really strong run by Bentz and a huge answer for a touchdown. Now they're waiting the extra point to tie this one to 28.
He goes over 2 Tigers on his way to the end zone, 2 big Tigers. Not easy guys to run through. Point after attempt here pending with 4:28 to go in the third quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. 4:28. Our score now, 28-28. When we come back, you're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howe, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
4:28 to go, third quarter. A new score, 28-28. Back and forth we've gone as the Tigers held on the first drive out of the halftime. Point Pleasant punted. Marietta started at their own 16, ended up going and taking it down off a 66-yard touchdown run by Zane Whittakin. Point Pleasant gets it at their own 21, I think, and they promptly march it down. And they get a 32-yard touchdown run by their guy and Bentz. So it's 28-28 with 4:28 to go. 28's Wild here in the third quarter. And a squib kick going to be fielded on a hop at the 6, and that is Durham across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Durham is going to be finally dropped down at the 32. The oohs and ahs here is there is a helmet that flew off one of the players for Point Pleasant here.
Yeah, that was Dylan Kiefer coming in, the senior, to put a hit on Durham, but I think Durham just kind of lowered his shoulder and got into Kiefer a little bit more than what Kiefer thought too, and sent his helmet just rolling. But I tell you what, the Tigers here, they have to respond. It almost seems like one of those games, Aaron, where the last team that has the football is going to win the football game. It just really seems like one of those games.
Receiver to the right, one to the left, Durham and Lears Kelly. And Point Pleasant breaks the huddle with a extra player on the field, so they're going to use the timeout instead of getting the penalty. And so with 4:20 to go third quarter, there's a timeout on the field. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 from the 32 out of this timeout. Scored 28-28. You're listening to Marietta High School football on local radio.
These days, you've been giving more. Now it's our turn. When you get your primary care from Memorial Health System, you get same or next day appointments, access to 24-hour nurse line, and now free virtual urgent care with our Memorial Care Now app. It's the great primary care you'd expect. Fast, online treatment anytime for common urgent conditions. To learn more, visit mhsprimarycare.org today. Memorial Health System's primary care. Expect more.
4:20 to go, third quarter, 28-28 our third quarter score. Tigers have it 1st and 10 after the Point Pleasant timeout for too many men on the field. They use the timeout. Give on the right side. Junior Smith has some running room. Smith cuts it up, and he is going to be out near the 35-yard line. Junior, you maybe like to see him hit a little harder there, Bill, if you're the Tigers. There is a penalty flag in the area of holding. Let's see if this is not going to come back on the Tigers. It is going to be a hold, and it is going to put the Tigers behind the chains.
Yeah, Junior just kind of stringing that one out, trying to wait for a crease to open up. There's really nothing there, as he just knew he had to pour it up or he's going to take a loss. So luckily he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but they're going to take this one back an extra 10 yards there on the hold.
And it happens right around the line of scrimmage, so it's 1st down and 20 now. As the Tigers come out of the huddle, 28-28, 4:09 to go, third quarter. Out of the shotgun is Warden. Sends Junior Smith in motion. They're going to look to throw it down the sideline. That's Lears Kelly, and that's got to be pass interference. Yes, it is. Sir. He was tackled down the left sideline, and now a late flag comes in. I don't know if they're both going to get the pass interference or – yeah, both are going to agree, and it is both pass interference.
Well, I tell you, Kelly took a pretty good lick right there, too, as he was trying to come back for the football, and the guy in coverage was number 4, Reese Hunt, Jr. here for Point Pleasant. Pretty good pretty good coverage. He just never looked back for the football. And
ball was underthrown.
Underthrown ball. Kelly tried to come back for it and obviously made the contact there. So
it moves it to 1st down and 5 off the 15-yard penalty. It was 1st and 20. Now it's 1st and 5. So moves the ball up to the 36-yard line. 4:04 to go third quarter. Tigers and Point Pleasant tied at 28. Warden sends a man in motion. Now they're going to give to Whittakin. Gets through a hole. Whittakin on his feet. Still on his feet. Brought down at the 45-yard line. Gets 10. And let's make it 12 on the play for Zane Whittakin.
Yeah, good run right there by Zane. Good movement up front. Great push there by the center and Teddy Bauer. Is able to make some guys out of the way. I mean, you get on their hip, you move. Best way to move a defender is to get on the hip. You move the hip, you move the body. A great job creating a hole right there. But again, Zane Whittakin just hitting it hard in between the tackles at a big 1st down for the Tigers.
2 receivers, one to either side. 2 wing backs and out of the shotgun with A running back flank to his right. Here come the Tigers. Give to Junior Smith right side. Junior Smith cuts it up, and he's going to run into a pile of humanity near the 50-yard line. Picks up a gain of, let's call it 4, bring up 2nd and 6, right at the 49.5-yard line of the Tigers. 3:17 and counting. Our score tied at 28 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's what you like to see right there out of Junior Smith. You like to see him when you get so far over there, it's time to just put your foot in the ground to get north or get south, and a good job doing that, and did it early and was able to pick up positive yardage.
Again, out of the shotgun comes Warden. He's going to look to throw, has a man down the right sideline, up to Lears. Kelly makes the catch at the 15, drags a man all the way inside the 10 to the 5, or excuse me, to the 6 is Lears Kelly, and that is going to be a huge gain for the Tigers.
What great ball there by Warden as he just threw that ball up down the sidelines, led his receiver perfectly. A great job going up, making a play on the ball in between 2 defenders. He was double teamed on Lears Kelly over there, but great job going up, making a play on the football and coming down. A huge first down for the Tigers. It's going to be 1st and goal.
1st and goal. There is a player down on that far side for Point Pleasant. We'll take a timeout. 2:51 to go, third quarter. Score tied at 28. 1st and goal for the Tigers when we come back.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. Whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Make sure you're getting the cleanest air this season with a new furnace filter by Best Air for only $7.99. Got ants? Take care of them easily with a 4-pack of Ant Bait by Raid for just $3.49. And stock up on batteries by Rayovac and save $5 or more when you pick up a 30-pack of AA or AAA batteries for just $12.99. Don't miss out. Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
2:51 to go. We're in the third quarter. 28-28, a big 40-yard pass play down the sideline. Lears Kelly goes up in between 2 defenders and makes a catch. Good ball by Warden. The corner is who's coming off limping, but I think, again, it might be a cramp, and that's Reese Hunt. So Point Pleasant will bring in their guys. First and goal from the 10. That's the only bad thing if you're Marietta. It's 1st and goal from the 9, actually, so you can't pick up a first down. You got to try to get it in from the 9-yard line.
Well, Point Pleasant expecting to run, packing the box here.
2 receivers either side, and it's going to be a give to Whittakin. Puts his head down. Whittakin down near the goal line. It's going to be stopped just shy. It'll be 2nd down and goal with 2:37 and counting here in the third quarter. Tigers and Point Pleasant tied at 28.
Yeah, another one of those quick hitter, just hard dive. Get it to the fullback, get it to Whittakin, and let him kind of drag guys down, and he just about gets it over the paint, but they're going to put it down at about not maybe the half-yard line here for the Tigers.
2 receivers to either side, and they have corners right in their face. And it's going to be a give up the middle and a touchdown. Zane Whittakin pays it off. They fake the sweep to the left and counter it up the middle, and Zane Whittakin makes it 34-28 with a point after attempt pending.
Great play call, good execution, great blocking up front for the Tigers. As those guys in the middle, Dirth, Bauer, and Clint were just moving the line, and Zane Whittakin finishing it off for another touchdown on the ground here for the Tigers as they look to make this another 7-point lead.
Big extra point here. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and Lang puts it up and through. 2:09 to go, third quarter. What has seemed to be a really long third quarter. It's what happens when you have all these points on the scoreboard. Marietta 35. Point Pleasant 28. When we come back, you're listening to the voice of the Tigers.
Tune in to every Marietta Tiger broadcast for the Fry Dental Group Big Drill Player of the Game. This longtime sponsorship puts a Fry Dental Group WMOA Big Drill t-shirt on a Tiger standout athlete. The Tiger Big Drill Player of the Game, made possible by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howell, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group, with offices on Green Street in Marietta and 5th Street in Beverly. Go get 'em, Tigers, from the Fry Dental Group.
Mid-Ohio Valley. Your number one dealer is Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. With over 950 new and pre-owned vehicles in our extended inventory. Buy now and make no payments for 90 days. Plus, get overbook value for trade-ins like yours. And regardless of your credit history, our goal is always 100% financing for everyone. Shop the Mid-Ohio Valley's number one dealer. Pioneer Family Auto Group in Marietta and Parkersburg. Pioneer Chevrolet. Pioneer GMC. Pioneer Ford Lincoln. Pioneer Honda VW. And PioneerFamilyAuto.com. There's no still copy inventory.
2:09 to go, third quarter. Aaron Cassidyville Parks, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. What a beautiful setting for high school football. 35-28, Tigers on top. Braxton Lang set to kick this one off, and it's going to be a pooch kick, perfectly placed at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be fielded up near the 25 is the return man, and out near the 29-yard line. There's all kinds of extracurriculars going on out here, and so Lamaro on the return. It'll be first down and 10 at the 29-yard line. I like the no flags there.
Oh, good God.
You warn both sides because there was some Tiger extracurricular down on this side. There was some Point Pleasant on this side, and you just let them play through.
But how about the tackle right there? The number 60, Blake Bills, comes up with the tackle on the kickoff. 6'1", 260 pounds, running full sprint down the field on the kick. Could you imagine stepping in front of that guy?
No.
That's be like getting hit by a Chevette.
Out of the shotgun, Hill back at the quarterback spot. He's going to give on this right side. They're just trying a little dive play, or excuse me, a sweep play to the right to the 32-yard line. That's Bowen, number 37, back into the game. Bring up second down and 8. Minute 50 to go here in the third quarter, Bill. If the Tigers could get a stop, this would be huge.
It's a huge spot right here for this Tiger defense, Aaron. You said it, and right now, you know, especially if they can keep Point Pleasant on their side of the field. You know, keep Point Pleasant on their side of the field. Maybe switch this field position battle a little bit. Give them that opportunity to maybe stretch this out a little bit.
Receiver split to the left. In the backfield is Bentz with Hill. They send a man in motion, and it's going to be a counter give opposite way to the 45, and finally brought down. Late fumble on the play, but they're going to say he was down at the 49-yard line. That's Jordan again, and that's probably the fastest and the hardest we've seen that inside counter give. It fooled me even, and Jordan hit it hard, but the Tigers, Brant Durham, chases them down, luckily, with a minute 16 to go at the 49-yard line of points.
Yeah, there were two hard hits on that play. It was him hitting the hole hard and then him hitting the turf hard, because Brant Durham, great job not giving up on that, chasing him down and driving him into the turf. Knocked that ball loose, but just not in time.
Under a minute when this ball snapped in the third quarter. Tigers lead 35-28. Point scrimmages from their own 49. They're going to give on the right side, now up the middle, and picking his way into Tiger territory. What did they say it was? Scoon. You're right. My apologies. Scoon.
Boy, great job there, though, and just running around in traffic and making people miss. There was a lot going on in between the hashes there, but he was able to make a few guys miss and
got 6 on the play.
Pick up 6. Now second down and 4 here and into Marietta territory.
2 receivers, or excuse me, 1 to the right, 2 wingbacks, and it's going to be an inside give again to Jordan. Jordan still on his feet, rumbling. Jordan down near the 30, and he's going to finally be wrapped up. Never comes down, and excuse me, that's actually not Jordan, that's Bentz on the carry, and he gets down to the Tiger 31. And
just strong physical run right there. The Marietta Tigers just trying to bring him down, but they were just real high. They were hitting him high, everybody collecting high, and referees let that one play out a little bit. And Tigers trying to hawk the ball out.
So that will do it here for the third quarter. Our third quarter scores, we head to the fourth. It is Marietta 35, Point Pleasant a 1st and 10 from the Tiger 31. When we come back, fourth quarter action around the corner. You're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
When someone wants to redo the flooring in a kitchen, a bath, or even a whole house, the average time a person takes to make that final decision lasts up to 1 year. This is Mike Miller at Honest Fred's Flooring, and we've been busy. I don't know if it's the surge of folks who spend more time at home or the reward of hard work, but you keep calling and we'll keep rolling out the carpet. I'll be honest, we really like to work. Bring it on.
HonestFred.com.
When you're looking for a new home, why not seek the counsel of a real estate agency that folks have trusted in the Mid-Ohio Valley for more than 65 years? This is Steve McCarthy from McCarthy Real Estate, and we know the housing market inside and out. You couldn't find a better time to list your home. List it with me and I'll do the rest. Finding comparable appraisals in the area, information on schools, neighborhoods, and setting the right price. We know the real estate market like the back of our hand and will gladly hold yours through this process. See listings at MariettaRealEstate.com.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. Of course, I'm talking about football season, and your local Parmar stores are ready. Hey, it's Dave Allen. And whether you need to gas up the tank, grab a bite to eat, or stock up on snacks and drinks for the tailgate party or for your own couch, Parmar's got you covered. Parmar is the official store of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission and of Marshall University. Happy football. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Well, we start the fourth quarter with a big run of 12 yards by Scoons as he gets down near the 19-yard line of the Tigers. It'll bring up a first down and 10 from the Tiger 19. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks with you on this Friday night, 35-28, Tigers on top. Point Pleasant, they'll want to drive, trying to punch it in. They're going to scrimmage from the Tiger 19. Three receivers to the left. And it is Hill out of the shotgun. We've not seen a throw since I don't think the... Oh, there's a fumble on the play, and it's going to be picked up by Point Pleasant. And around the corner, the return man, or I think it was a lineman that picks it up. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and Point Pleasant, they dodge a bullet there as it is picked up by one of the linemen in Kiefer.
Yeah,
and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Kiefer saved the day right there.
Wow.
I tell you, he saved what's been a great drive here from the Point Pleasant Big Blacks as they were just moving the football, and now 2nd down and 10 gets it back to the line of scrimmage after they fumble it about 3-4 yards deep.
Hill goes out of the shotgun. To his left is Schoon, the running back. Three receivers to the left as well. And he's going to look to throw as Hill. He's going to throw it out in the flats and overthrows his wide receiver near the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 10. So we've seen that play out in the backfield a couple times. Intended receiver number 44 this time running down the flats was Jordan.
Yeah, I think with the success that we've seen Point Pleasant running the football, that is an obvious show of hand that you are going for this on 4th down.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, field goal. They have a good kicker, but 10:43 to go, 4th quarter. 3rd down and 10. So you would think this would be 4-down territory for Point Pleasant as Hill goes out of the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, and they're going to counter give. And working his way for a gain of 3, maybe 4, and up near 5, down to the 15-yard line is Jordan. And here we go, 4th down and 5 from the 15-yard line. And looks like they're going to bring out their big package. No, they're going to bring out their kicker.
Kick out the kicker, number 24 coming out. That is Alex Schrader, the junior, 5'10", 150 pounds, place kicker. Does a great job, has a great leg. He can kick it a long way. He's very accurate as well.
31-yarder and build, but here's the thing.
Got to watch the hard count here, though, Aaron, as well.
This is also the side we'll get to, the leaning field goal or the leaning crossbars. So we'll tell you about that in a second. Here's a 31-yard field goal attempt by Point Pleasant. Snap back, hold down. The kick is going to be up, and it is going to sail through up and good. 31-yarder with 9:46 to go. We're going to keep it right here. New score. It is Marietta 35, Point 31. Bill, you and I were down after the 31-yard field goal. You and I were down on the pregame, and we look up and we take a look at this goalpost to our left. It is leaning, and we're not just talking a little bit. It is a good 3 or 4 feet. It's to the right side.
It's honestly kind of scary if you get down there and look at it. From the stands here, you really can't see just how bad the goalpost is leaning. But when you get on the field, it is leaning hard to the visiting side of the field. And
I wouldn't want to kick a field goal to it.
I wouldn't want to be the referee standing next to it.
You're right. There's bolts. Yeah, they will take a look at it, I'm sure, as the season next week. Because I don't think anyone noticed until the pregame.
Yeah.
Everyone seems surprised by it, but we're talking a significant lean. Now, lucky for the Tigers, they're going from left to right away from that.
Right. They're not going to be looking at that if they need to here in the 4th quarter. This will be the last side they have to look at. But I tell you, down there, it's quite a stand. For a second, I make sure I had both shoes on down there because everything was leaning one way.
So here we go, 9:46 to go. We're in a great game here in the fourth quarter. The game that started at 7:30 in West Virginia, Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks.
Great facilities. Sorry,
So,
don't mean to stomp on you, Aaron. But great facilities and
great people.
People down here have been fantastic.
And a kickoff that's end over end, going to be taken by Lears Kelly at the 6. He's going to look up the middle, and now he's going to go left side. Lears Kelly, 20, 25, cuts it up, spin move out near the 30, and dropped it to 31. So good field position to start here for the Tigers. They'll have 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Remember, Point Pleasant used the timeout earlier in this half. They just have the 2 timeouts. We're not near you thinking about that yet, but
not only do they use the timeout, they use the timeout in a situation you hate to have to use a timeout in a game in which you know you're going to need them, and that was because they had 12 men on the field. They had to burn that timeout. But it's Tiger offense time. Let's see what they can come up with here. A huge touchdown would be a result. If we can get that as a result here, Aaron, would make this a 2-score football game, which would be huge right now with under 10 minutes to go in the fourth.
Man in motion, going to be a give. It's going to be to Junior Smith. Junior Smith looking for the edge. Gets it. Smith, 45. Smith to the 50. No one's going to catch him. 35, 30, 20, 15, 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Junior Smith. 70, 69 yards to the house.
Wow, what a great run, a great seal block by number 20, Zane Whittakin.
Backside.
He picked up a huge backside block and was able to spring Junior to that edge, and Junior found just a little bit of room between a pursuing linebacker and a corner. He made that cut, got his foot in the ground, and he was untouched. It was a foot race to the goal line, a huge touchdown for the Tigers.
Point after attempt pending. Kick is going to be blocked. That's a big block. As our score is going to stay at 10, 41-31, 9:26 to go. We'll keep it right here, Derek, back at the studio. Remember, our big kahuna sack of the game, we're still waiting potentially for it. We could go with, we had a Swisher sack earlier. Kobe and Blake Bills were in on a sack, but that's going to be our Warrens IGA big kahuna sack of the game. Also, we're named our Fried Dental Group Big Drill Player of the game. And again, at the post game, we'll look at statistics made possible by the Mannix Allen Group at Merrill, located at 294 Front Street in downtown Marietta. As a successful coach of sports for many years in Marietta, Bill Mannix knows pursuing good outcomes takes preparation, hard work, and execution. Same hold true for business. Call Bill Mannix, Mackenzie Allen, Sandra Crosby, 740-568-7860. Discuss the goals you want to pursue. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Finner Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, registered investment advisor, member SIPC, and wholly owned subsidiary Bank of America Corporation. They say go Tigers. And one of that second half adjustment by this Tiger coaching staff, Coach Shobe, the offensive coordinator, and just a really, really good adjustment by the staff. I know Marcus Groves, part of that staff, and so they have gone to a look that's just a little different, and now you've caused Point Pleasant to bring 2 safeties out because of the throw, which is opening up what we just saw, the run lanes. And here comes the kickoff from Braxton Lang, going to be fielded at the 10. Mamaro to the 15, to the 20, has some running room, 25-30, and he's going to be finally chased and ushered out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It was Braxton Lang in on the tackle by Mamaro.
You know, back to what you're saying there about the adjustments and you know, something a little unconventional, what we typically see from this Tiger offense. When Warren gets this game film tomorrow, they're going to say, uh-oh, because what are they going to do?
Right.
Like now there's a whole nother wrinkle they have to prepare for. You know, it's not just the standard, you know, Marietta wing tee that we've seen for the last 2 years. They're throwing some wrinkles in there, and what a great time to do it too, late in the season. Make teams have to make that kind of adjustment on a week's notice.
Well, quite frankly, it was needed. It has been needed tonight, and it's still needed because we're at 9:18 to go, and the Tigers lead by 10, 41-31. Hills out of the shotgun with 2 wing backs and a back to his left, and just a straight sweep on the right side to Jordan. And Jordan up near the 44-yard line. And Bill, you know who he reminds me of? We talked about him earlier. Ethan Jordan reminds me of the Bone Cutter kid. I think they have the same numbers, probably why. I think Bone Cutter was 44 too. That played for them back in 1998.
I think he was actually. And
you
now,
saw the back of the jersey a few times.
Yeah, but now I just point out he's actually the head wrestling coach
he
now
is.
here at Point Pleasant.
And no, I remember that name because he was good, but I remember Bone Cutter as a football player. Gain of 8 on the play,
No
second
better name
down
than
and
that.
2. They go hard count. Now they're going to give again. This near side, Bowen's going to be tripped up, but not before he picks up a first down at the 47-yard line. And that'll be a first down by Point Pleasant. And actually, that was the ball carrier in Rollins. So they've thrown a bunch of different backs out. I'm glad I'm not having to keep their stats tonight. 8:33 and counting in fourth quarter.
I'm sure the Tiger defense would like nothing more than a big stop, a quick stop here. But I tell you, if they can just keep this Point Pleasant offense on the field as well to eat up as much of this fourth quarter as possible with 8:20 now on this fourth quarter clock.
Give on the right side. There's Bowen, and there he breaks a couple tackles, and he's brought down by Kobe Alexander. And credit whoever as he gets 6-7 on the play, bring up second and 4 into Tiger territory at the 46-yard line. Whoever the safety was there that pulled up, because that could have been a very vicious play, but also a big penalty, and they pulled up at the end.
Yeah, I think it was 14 maybe coming in there and making a hit.
Yeah, Kobe was in, made the tackle, but Riley I think maybe was in the mix as well. 7:44 to go. Give on the left side, and rumbling his way down near the 40-yard line is Jordan again, and he's going to pick up a Point Pleasant first down.
And again, it is indeed another first down for Point Pleasant, and they're moving the sticks, but the clock is also winding off really quick. 7:35 now to go here in the fourth quarter, and possession's a premium right now in a 2-score game.
I would assume this Schrader kid has a really good onside kick if they need it. Inside give, and the Tigers read this one. They tried it a little too much. In on the tackle, Robbie Swisher. Also, Light Fritz.
54.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blake Hansen.
Yeah,
Bill, I was backward. You were right. I was wrong. Blake Hansen on the tackle. And the ball carrier that time was Bentz, and that's the first time we've really seen him bottled up at all.
And as a big first down stop right there to set up a second down and long is going to be essentially a second down and 10 here, still for Point Pleasant, and the Tigers see if they can force their hand a little bit here and make Point Pleasant start getting out of their game as this fourth quarter winds on.
Tigers lead by 10, looking to throw. Hill, he's going to throw a wheel route down the right sideline. Ball caught 20. Inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. That pass has been open all night, and it was Schoon who makes the catch. This time, I think Hill just more decisive with it and was able to put it on the rope.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. It has been open all night long. He's overthrown that a couple of times. In fact, a couple of times it was almost picked off. He put that one on the money, though. A big first down for Point Pleasant. It also stops the clock.
Good call by their offensive coordinator. Down to the left sideline. 6:41 to go. 41-31 Tigers lead. Point Pleasant goes with that scat back in the backfield. And they're just going to keep it right side and pulling back. Pence was on the carry, but he was grasped and pulled back really hard. He gets 2 on the play. Blake Bills, though, just grabbed his belly and pulled him backwards.
Yeah, he did. He kind of had him levitating there for a second. He just kind of stopped in the air, and he just kind of yanked it back like a yo-yo.
6:16 to go, fourth quarter.
See if he tries to walk the dog here.
And it's going to be a quarterback keeper again. Bentz puts his head down. Bentz gets down near the 12, so he gets 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for Point Pleasant. This clock will be under 6 when this ball is snapped. And if they do get stopped here, you would assume they would kick the field goal.
Yeah, in a 10-point game, they're going to have to kick the field goal. You won't want to leave any points out there right now in only a 10-point game.
Ben's going to keep it on the right side. Tigers have him bottled up, and he is dropped in the middle of the field. And on the tackle is Britton.
Yeah, great job there by Britton, coming up, making a stop, and just slowing people up. And then Kobe Alexander, boy, he's all wound up out there. He's getting jacked up. That's what we like to see. He's a leader on this defense, Aaron. He likes to get the emotion up and high, and he's getting wound up right now on a 4th down.
From the middle of the field, it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt from right to left with 5:15 and counting.
He's going to have to kick it to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, though.
Fourth quarter. Snap. Getting ready to come back. It is back. The kick is going to be up. And did he push it? No, he got it through on that right side. Maybe on a normal goalpost, it goes to the right, but he knows exactly where to put it. Does Schrader. And it is 41-34 now with 5:04 to go here in the fourth. Quick timeout. You're listening to Voice of the Tigers.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howe, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
5:04 to go, fourth quarter. Aaron Cassidy, Bill Parks back at the studio. Derek Jones up on the press box top. Brett Treadway, and you, wherever you may be. We appreciate you listening in here on this Friday night. And as a game that started out, we thought possessions would be limited. Very defensive struggle. It has ended up in a shootout. 41-34, Tigers on top after back-to-back field goal holds by the Tigers. And Point Pleasant, I think we're maybe trying to run a guy on late again here, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
I think they're setting up for the onside kick at Point Pleasant, Aaron. And the Tigers quickly tried to shuffle guys around. They were taking Zayden Whittaker, moving him back to the deep man, bringing Lears Kelly up as the up man, and trying to adjust to a late adjustment too from Point Pleasant for that onside kick.
Yeah, if your Point, we'll keep it right here. If you're Point Pleasant, you have the advantage there because you can come out and give whatever look and then shift real quick and give whatever look you want. Marietta will definitely probably stay in the onside kick hands team. And there was the thing that you got to watch, and this may be out of the Coach Sayer playbook. There was a player standing right on the sideline next to the coach. I couldn't tell if he was in or out. Just got to be careful.
Yeah.
And it would be a good strategy talking to Coach Darst in the game before the game. Sounds like something he would do maybe even. Like he's a fun coach, a fun interview. Now they officially have everyone out there. No one's hiding.
No, and Schrader's going to set this ball on the 40, Aaron. And you have to assume with such a great kicker out there, he's got to be very crafty in what he's doing. So just because he lines up and looks like he's going to onside to the near side does not mean that he's not going to go to the other side or even try and drop one in the middle.
They have 6 guys on this near side, and let's see, it's going to be a pooch kick. It is exactly that. It's going to be angled towards the sideline. Tigers are going to let it go out of bounds. Fortunately for Marietta, Tornes with a good decision lets that one go out. Penalty flag will come out, and the Tigers will have good field position. 5:04 to go. Nothing hurt there, really. You make Marietta burn a timeout.
Yeah, that's a plus for Point Pleasant for sure. But I tell you, what hurts even worse is the field position you just gave the Tigers after kicking it out of bounds, though. I mean, that's a really good field position in a situation where you'd like to be able to flip the field a little, for say, with the with the possession here for Point Pleasant. They want as little green in front of them as possible. The Tigers here can maybe see if they can get one over onto the Point Pleasant side of the 50 at the very least and make it a long field.
Yeah, first down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 35. And they're going to counter give. It's going to be to Whittaker. He hops out of a couple tacklers, but they have him wrapped up in the backfield. We'll bring up a second down and long now. We're at 4:55 to go. 2 timeouts for Point Pleasant, 2 timeouts for Marietta. The Tigers lead 41-34.
Well, I tell you, just nowhere for Zane Whittaker to go in between the tackles right there. He tried to hit it hard, and like we were talking about, and find a little crease there, but credit Point Pleasant and getting some quick penetration directly off the snap and disrupting the ball in the backfield.
Play clocks are not working, so you have to use the back official if you want to run the clock down. And the Tigers are going to look to throw out of the shotgun. They're going to heave it deep down the left side. Jump ball is going to be tipped out and incomplete. Tigers, get by with one there. As that ball, great coverage on that far side. Durham goes up and almost has it turned into a defender. Third down and 10.
Good job there. It was a little underthrown and really good coverage on that far side, and was able to go up and knock that one away. 2 guys over there, one over the top, almost was able to come away with it after the tip, but now 3rd down and long for the Tigers. 3rd down and 11 at their own 34-yard line. So a big spot here for the Tigers. Definitely not 4-down territory. They got to get a big chunk here on 3rd down.
Warden out of the shotgun. He has to his left Whittaker, 2 wingbacks. He's going to look to throws. He sets his feet, straight drop, looks to throw down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete to Junior Smith. And a quick 3 and out for the Tigers to bring up 4th down and 10.
Boy, and you said it, Aaron, really quick. Really, really quick possession there for the Tigers. Left a lot of time back on the clock here for the Point Pleasant Big Blacks, as they will have 4:15 on the clock right now when Lang gets a foot on the football here in the punting situation.
Yeah, 2 timeouts. Tigers lead 41-34. Lang set to punt this one away. It looks like Point Pleasant setting up a return with 2 guys back. Make sure Lang can't angle one away. They do bring guys off the edge, and it's an end-over-end kick that's going to bounce up to the returner at the 30-yard line. And Schoon's going to get out near the 35. Great coverage by Owen Riley on this near side. Schoon had a little bit of an edge, but Owen Riley comes down and makes a big tackle.
Yeah, great job there by Owen Riley. Coming down, making a textbook tackle, breaking down the ball carrier, tripping him up, not allowing him to get up much after the return. But you saw me smiling right there. I look back, number 15, Kobe Alexander, just absolutely tattooed his man. And I believe it was Dylan Kiefer. And everybody, the refs were running and everything because they knew that it was going to get a little chippy after that one.
It's been a fun game tonight, physical. And it's 41-34 with 4:07 to go. Late guy comes in here, and Schoon, and he's in the backfield, so he has to get the play in very late. And he sends a man to motion. It's going to be an inside give on this near side, and here goes the running back. Actually, it's the wing back. He only has one man to beat. Right sideline, Owen Riley trying to chase him down. Going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown. This one's going to go 65 yards to the house, and that's Bentz on a counter.
It's decision time now for Point Pleasant. What do they do? Do they kick the one and tie this one up, or are they going to go for 2 and try and take the late lead here? There's going to be 3:55 to go here on the clock in the fourth quarter, but it's like they are going to go ahead and just take the chip shot for 1 to try and tie this one up. But a lot of time now still on the clock for the Tigers.
Big extra.
They'll get this one back with about 3:50 left probably.
Point here coming. As the snap back, the hold down, the kick is going to be line drive up and through. But boy, that was a line drive. 3:55 to go, fourth quarter. New score, 41-41 when we come back. Tiger football.
Shop Apex True Value for great bargains of the month. Protect your home and family with First Alert's 2-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide detector alarm for $44.99. Major savings of $33 or more. Or get your choice of a spring brace rake or a poly leaf rake for just $19.99 and save $10 or more. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Apex True Value Hardware, 7th and Green Streets, Marietta.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
3:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. 41-41. What a run by Bentz. He's had himself a game. And they even had to run a guy in late. Schrader set to kick this one off. It's going to be a pooch kick. And it's going to be fielded by Zayden Whittick, and it's going to hit off his face mask and be recovered by the Tigers. Let's see. See who gets on it. And now it's going to be Point Pleasant football. At the 27-yard line, Point Pleasant's going to get it just like they started the game off on a muffed point or a muffed kickoff. And it's going to be recovered. The Tigers had it momentarily. Point Pleasant comes in and gets it away. And this almost puts them right in the field goal range.
101.3
with the ball at the 27-yard line of the Tigers.
Yeah, they're certainly really already in that field goal range.
ABC News,
to at least attempt the field goal. They would have
with
no
thousands
problem
dead in the
running straight out there to kick
thousands
one
more
from here,
hurt.
Aaron. But
Gaza
they've got a lot of
hospitals
time. They got a
jammed,
fresh set of
rockets
downs.
attacking both sides.
Oh, yeah, you're not
Israeli
thinking
troops and
field goal
hardware
here
looking
yet.
like
No,
a ground
obviously
offensive
not,
is
but,
coming.
they've
So far,
got a real
Palestinian
good
activist
opportunity
Jack
to get this
Saba,
thing
an
close
Israeli
for 'em.
citizen in Tel Aviv, does not see
Absolutely,
this
out of the
coming.
shotgun comes the Wildcat and Bentz. Why not?
Reaction to all of this right
As
now
he's just going
should
to keep
be
it on the left side, try to get through a hole, and he's going to fall
and a
forward
stop
for a gain
to
of
the senseless violence
4.
and killing.
Israel's military telling over a million people in Gaza to get out within 24 hours.
So Bentz with 3:45 now. 41-41. Point Pleasant after the turnover. It'll be the third of the night for the Tigers. 2 on kickoff returns. 1 to start the game. It was stripped from behind, and this one, Zayden Whittaker just had it bounce off of him. You got to feel bad for him. It's just one of those that takes a weird spiral and end-over-end kick coming at you. And so see what Point Pleasant does here with 3:18. Second down and medium, let's call it. 2nd and 5. And they're going to give it up the middle, and that's Schoon, and he's going to be hit and driven backwards, and the football comes out late, but at the 21-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4 with 3 minutes to go. Remember, they're in field goal range. Is Point Pleasant. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, see who they line up here at the quarterback spot here. See if it might be one of those wildcat situations where
looks like Hill's going to come back out. Might probably be at the quarterback spot. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to be flanked by Schoon to his left, but you got both of these wingbacks that can run that counter at any given point. Point Pleasant, 3rd down and short. Here comes the inside counter. Working his way down near a 1st down, picking it up inside and down to the 16-yard line. 2:24 to go. Clock will stop long enough to move the chains. And that is Jordan. So you got to remember, coming to this game, Point Pleasant they're undefeated in the TCL.
Yeah, they're right now.
TSL, excuse me, Twin State League.
Yeah, in the TSL, they're leading the TSL and out here playing like it right now.
And their 2 wins have come from those 2 teams in Fort Frye and Warren. 1st down and 10 for a point. 2 minutes to go. They're going to keep left side and going to be down near the 10-yard line, pushing forward still. Down near the 10, and there's the Tiger timeout with 1:49 to go, 41-41. So Marietta will take a timeout. We're going to take one with them. 1:49 to go, 4th quarter. Score tied at 41. You're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
2nd down and 4 here for Point Pleasant, but more importantly, we're in the 4th quarter, 41-41 our score. They have the ball at the Tiger 10-yard line. They have a really good kicker. Marietta only has 1 timeout left. So in theory, Point can run this down after this next timeout by Marietta as far as they want and try a field goal to at least put them on. I don't think they have enough time, or there's too much time on the clock to do it with time coming off. But if you're Point, the only thing you're worried about here is ball security. We've only seen them slip out 1 time, the football out of their hands, and they were able to recover it. Ball sits at the 10-yard line of the Tigers. They'll come back out of the shotgun with that wildcat formation. Bentz.
You know what's coming.
Schoon's to his right. And they're going to just quarterback keep it on the right side. And Bentz is going to be down near and pick up a 1st down near the 3-yard line. Clock will stop with 1:43 to go. So if you're Point Pleasant, you want to score, but you don't want to leave Marietta too much time either. But you definitely take the touchdown no matter what.
Yeah, you're going to take it at any time. Anytime they can get in there, they're going to get in. It's not like they're going to go down early just to eat time, but right now they are definitely eating time as they're just standing there watching the time run off the clock.
So they'll run this one all the way down, and the coach is asking, hey, I want to know when there's 5 seconds, which means the back official will have to put his hand up in the air, and Point Pleasant will use the timeout. We'll keep it right here. 1:14 to go. Here in this 4th quarter, ball's at the 2-yard line of the Tigers. Point Pleasant capitalizing tonight off some big turnovers by the Tigers. Marietta stalled on a drive up 35-31. Or was it 35-26? 27. And they stalled on the drive. They come down. Point does. They Or no, you know what, Bill? You're right. It was 35 or 41-36. They scored a touchdown on their last drive on a big run after a 3-and-out by the Tigers. And then the Tigers on the ensuing kickoff fumble the ball off the pads, and then looked like Marietta got on it, but Point Pleasant was able to win the scrum and the pile, and then they've marched it all the way down to the 2-yard line of the Tigers. And a minute 14 to go. One timeout for Marietta, one timeout for Point Pleasant. So Point Pleasant, again, if you're a coach here, you tell your players, do not go down. Right. You go into the end zone. You don't have the lead. You want to get the lead first. Tigers need a turnover in the biggest way. It is big on big up the middle. And it's going to be a straight quarterback keeper on the left side. And Bentz is trying to get down. And he's going to fall down at the 3-yard line. So now Marietta calls a timeout with a minute 6 to go. And we're going to take a final timeout with a minute 6 to go. Score tied at 41. You're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
The Fry Dental Group is a longtime sponsor of the Marietta High School Tiger Big Drill, player of the game. Not just a player, could be a play, could be a fan in the stands, could be a cheerleader, it could be you. Tune in to WMOA for every Tiger broadcast and listen close for the Marietta High School Tiger Fry Dental Group Big Drill, player of the game, brought to you by Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Derek Howe, Dr. Amanda Boggs, and the staff at Fry Dental Group.
41-41, our fourth quarter score, minute 6 to go. Marietta out of timeouts. Point Pleasant has one left. So the ball's at the 2-yard line. If Point Pleasant doesn't get in here, they will run this clock all the way down. Remember, they have a field goal kicker who is so good in Schrader. He is hit from 30 and 31 tonight. And Point Pleasant has battled back here in the fourth quarter to tie this game, and we'll go 2nd and goal from the 2. Guess who's at the quarterback spot? That's Bentz. And he's going to keep it right side into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Point Pleasant with a minute 3 to go. Makes it 47-41 with a point after attempt coming here.
Boy, tough spot now for this Tiger offense when they come back out after the kickoff. They're going to be
you have no timeouts.
Inside of a minute with no timeouts and likely down by 7 at that point. So it's a real tough spot, but it's going to take a really nice return to give them an opportunity.
So a long wait for the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick is going to be missed. Oh, my. So the kick is missed, 47-41 with a minute 3 to go. The final minute 3. When we come back, you're listening to the Voice of the Tigers.
These days, you've been giving more. Now it's our turn. When you get your primary care from Memorial Health System, you get same or next day appointments, access to 24-hour nurse line, and now free virtual urgent care with our Memorial Care Now app. It's the great primary care you'd expect. Fast, online treatment anytime for common urgent conditions. To learn more, visit mhsprimarycare.org today. Memorial Health System's primary care. Expect more.
Minute 3 to go here in the fourth quarter. 47-41 our new score, but the Tigers will have a shot. They will have no timeouts. They need a good return here, Bill, but a big extra point missed. Just kicked to the left side a little too much. And we've talked about that goalpost all night. You just wonder how much it comes into play in a situation like it. Now, granted, he's made a 31 and a 21-yarder from there.
Yeah, he's done an all right job down there, but you said it, Aaron. The Tigers are going to need a big return right here in a big situation to set themselves up, and then you got to figure you're going to see some soft coverage from Point Pleasant. They're going to be playing deep, so you're going to have to try and hitch and 10-yard out your way down the field and get out of bounds and stop the clock and try to give yourself a situation or an opportunity to the end of this thing where you might be able to get it to the end zone.
So you have Durham, Lears Kelly back deep. That middle level is Riley and Whittakin. And it's going to be fielded by Riley at the 25. Riley stutter steps to the 30, up to the 32. And with 58 seconds, 58.9 to be exact, Marietta will have a shot here with a deficit of 47-41. If they do get in the end zone, you have a chance to win it with an extra point. But you have to go 67 yards to get there. 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Durham and Junior Smith to the left. Lears Kelly, it's going to be a Warden looking to throw. He's going to heave it down, and this ball is going to be well overthrown and intercepted by Schoon at the 28-yard line. And he's going to move it up near the 50, still on his feet. Schoon down the left sideline. Schoon's going to be taken out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So the Tigers take the shot. Interception, 40 seconds. And Point Pleasant will be able to take a knee and have a comeback victory tonight. After the Tigers fight hard in the second half to take a couple different leads, they had 2 different stops where Point Pleasant had to settle for field goals, and it ended up working out for Point Pleasant because late in the fourth they get a touchdown run and then a Tiger turnover, and they end up scoring to make it 47-41. So the final knee coming here. We'll take a break after this knee, and we'll come back with the final statistics and a final analysis of this game and look forward to next week. There's the knee down. And with 35 seconds, that will do it. The time will run off. Our final score tonight, Point Pleasant 47, Marietta 41. We'll be